I gotta tell you, my skills on this thing seem to get slower every week. St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn, www.saintricketts.com. It is the theme song for another Tuesday night, a 100% live episode of The You Show.
Yep.
Yo. Austin Wood already in the house. Good evening, Austin. Thank you for tuning in.
Austin
Powers. Yeah, baby. It's a little weird tonight, Jewel, and I'm with you. For some reason, the big screen didn't carry over the...
You have to, scroll over.
I got it here.
Past the snippets.
It's a problem with my big screen. I don't know why.
Yeah, I just found us.
Cassie Perini in the house.
Hey!
Earl, the Bear Reigns in the house. Everybody's barreling in tonight.
Thank you.
Why not? For great reason. As you know, we got a new little production team. Thanks to our friend Dennis, who's been helping and rearranging and maneuvering so we're more visible. So we thank you, Dennis, for that, because we're not tech savvy here. We're just entertaining. Terrific entertainment. Jewel, if you notice, I found a new discovery tonight. We've got to work on it with yours. If you look under my name, it says host, www.theairshow.com. You can actually put a little banner under your banner.
Oh.
It's very cool.
So you're the host and I'm chopped liver. That's how it goes.
No.
How did you do? I can't read that, though. I need to, zoom in.
I can't really read it either. Anyway.
Oh, there it goes.
Tuesday night, welcome to a live episode of The O Show. Yeah. If you want to see it closer, I could try, Joel. That's my favorite thing. And how much Joel hates that to death.
I look like a zombie tonight.
Anyway, good evening. It is Tuesday night. We do it live. Jeff the Shark Perini. With me, as always, the co-hostess with the mostest and the sister from another mister and all that great stuff. The one and only, the rather scrumptious Miss Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening.
Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing tonight?
We're doing great. I'm doing great. My cable connection is not doing great. I'm not doing great. Just a few short days away. These guys in the Super Bowl, yeah, man, can you stand it? And a few short days away, these guys and Allie at Murphy's live for its wing competition. There's a lot going on this weekend. It's a busy weekend.
I am so excited for this week. So much bad happened this week, but the show activities are just getting me through. So let's go.
They certainly are. The show activities they're definitely getting me through as well. A lot of great stuff happening with the program. More eyes, more subscribers, more followers on Twitch, because I actually hoard myself out to every Twitch group on Facebook. Now it's me on it. And I'm out there just begging. That's what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta beg.
I mean, we have 500 new followers on YouTube, so
hey y'all. If you're out there on YouTube and Twitch, welcome. This is our fun little program. You see a little Funko Pops behind me. I'm Jeff. This is Jewel. We've been at this almost 6 years now.
Whoa.
And 230 episodes of great fun. We do it just about every single solitary Tuesday night. Won't be doing next Tuesday because Valentine's Day.
Boo.
I know, I gotta be a husband first. I hear you.
Actually, my mom and dad's anniversary. So happy anniversary, you two crazy kids.
Happy anniversary to my adopted parents. Thank you for letting me borrow your daughter every Tuesday night, say crude, obnoxious things to her, and still accepting me. A massive thank you last week to my one and only, the amazing Fallon Vendetta was with us last week. Oh, yeah. Great time at Fallon. She was awesome, super cool. Mentioned maybe a little future project with me, her, and Jewel. Don't want to spoil it, but if you can find Fallon, she still needs a little bit of help on Indiegogo to finish production of her brand new movie, Sucks to Suck, which should be great, and she's great. And, I thank her for coming on last week. Tonight, Jewel, we have a great one. As you know, a few weeks back, we took on Core PR as one of our new public relations team to bring us great acts. And they brought Drew Smith and Presley Tennant. And tonight, no exception. This one's for the ladies. This guy is almost as sexy as I am. Great singer, songwriter, another Nashville guy, Mr. Dane Louis, ladies and gentlemen, with us around 8:30 tonight. So we got this brand new song, Fire, here, and technically we're still not getting banned for playing music, so we'll drop Fire in a few moments. I'm looking very forward to that.
I love the song. His music hits hard. It's rock, country, mixed genre. He's very cool. Just watching him in interviews, I'm very excited to speak with him tonight. And just his new music is blowing up, like blowing up. You can catch the videos on YouTube, and we're gonna play one here in just a few minutes. So kick back. It's gonna be a Nashville night. I love Nashville nights.
I love Nashville, period. I love Nashville nights, and I love how you're out there like radio dropping the little quips. Sit back, relax, enjoy. You got a little hand clap going on tonight. You're excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm in a good mood.
I like it. It doesn't happen many Tuesdays. No, I'm kidding. Jules always in a good mood. You, like me, the stresses of the world outside of here. Because you see us on here, and we're having fun. It's real. Like, we're really having fun, and we're really this way.
It's not real. We're faking it. It's all
but the stresses during the day, man. Woo! So, this is where
you know what it reminds me of? Like, in high school, I used to play sports, and school would drag, but once you got on the field or you got on the court, like all your stress would go away. That's what the show is in my adult life. It's my stress relief.
Especially like football and baseball, because the games would start a little earlier, and you would get out of school earlier, and you would count it down like, come on, baby, come on. Dennis Sullivan in the house, to you as well. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your great production work. And I've been told this for a long time from some of the great people we love, Maria Daniels and etc., that, somebody's got to fix your computer stuff. And I'm like, I have no idea.
We got qualified.
Right, we get the views. I mean, we've had successful view moments, but there is more to it. And that's where Dennis comes in strong, and he's done some great work. We appreciate that. And somewhere down the line, when this show becomes big and we get a serious satellite radio studio, Dennis is going to be the dude sitting in the glass booth behind us, producing our program.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, a man can dream.
And we'll be back at a table, just like this weekend. Be back live and together, all as a team. Very exciting.
Stand it. Very exciting indeed. It's going to be great. We do a little thing here known as Top 5. I had a Top 5. I thought it sucked, so I texted Shul. I'm like, we're not doing that. We're doing a different one. We're going to do Top 5 Philly must-eat spots. Eateries. Things you got to eat. Doesn't have to be a restaurant. Doesn't have to be like a sit-down, but it's something that you got to have in the Philly area. It could be Bucks, Montgomery County,
Philly
I didn't
area. Think of that. I was thinking of like actual restaurants.
You can. Damn. That's also okay. As you see mine, you see I mixed and matched a little bit. And the reason why this came to me is because number 5, something you said last week, it's a must for Philly people, and that's the Philly Pretzel Factory. What a nice soft pretzel, the Philly Pretzel Factory. And going back to last week's show, I'm like, yeah, Philly eateries.
And the dips, they all have the dips and the sweet cream dips and the cheese.
The cream, the chocolate, the cheese.
So fattening.
I'm going to a Super Bowl party this Sunday, and I really hope somebody brings a pretzel tray.
It's a must.
I agree. My wife is making her famous cheesesteak dip.
Ooh,
baby. Allie, Sarah, and the house, yo, and yo indeed. As you know, tomorrow night, we surprise Allie on her birthday.
Ooh.
On Yo Show Wednesday. Number 4, Jewel, everybody talks about wings. And I'm telling you, want the absolute best wings in town, take a ride. See, I put the address on here for some of you. 4801 Umbria Street to Union Tap House. It's right outside the Manayunk area. The best wings in Philly, period. My great friend Bill Newman and his wife Steph own the place. And I'm telling you, man, those wings are changing your life. Drew, we got to do it sometime. I even told Bill, let's set up shop sometime, do the show, and talk about how great the wings are and all that.
Yes.
Phenomenal wings.
I am down for that.
Number 3, one of my all-time favorite places is Pika's Pizza, officially Upper Darby, right outside the city, 7803 Westchester Pike. Jewel, right, hint, we all love Philly pretzels. Hint, anybody coming out this Saturday to Murphy's? Hint. But, so Pika's, and remember Jimmy Fallon had it on his show. Tina Fey brought one from Philly out to Jimmy Fallon. It's a terrific pizza. Their food's great. Great ravioli. It's a nice little place. It's a little far away, but it's worth it.
I gotta get there.
Oh, dude, yeah,
It's a little
absolutely.
hike from,
Yeah,
our
it
area,
is.
but I mean, it's in the area, so has to
Number
be done.
two, oh, it's such a great, oh, it's so great. I've been going there since I was a little squirt. It's been around forever. Number two, and I didn't realize when I started looking at the list, this is kind of a Philly thing. So why not go to the best? Not only are you get the roast pork, you also get the cheesesteaks from John's Roast Pork.
Oh,
Oh, baby, 14 East Niner Avenue, and I mean, baby. Great cheesesteak, amazing roast pork, probably the best in the city, hands down. And number one, I'm a little biased because my great friend Jimmy and his wife April are the owners, but it is legendary in Philly. You want a great Italian meal, you go down to Ralph's Italian Restaurant, 760 South 9th Street in the heart of Philadelphia. The absolute best Italian food, the raviolis, the meatballs, the gravy, man. I'm telling you, that's the spot. Jimmy Rubino, my man, is the owner. His wife April, of course, is a great friend of mine. Terrific. Absolutely got to check it out. Steve Seibold, yo, what's up, bud? Thanks for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. And JD, what's going right now?
yeah, from Minnesota.
I'll give you, hey, you know what? It's worth all five places are worth. I'll give you my address. Come on down. I once mailed a buffalo wing party pizza to a friend in Texas. That actually sounds pretty good.
That's nice of you.
That kind of, remember Sherry Nelson did that. She ordered a pizza from a local pizza place for my birthday.
Oh,
That is
that's so
cute as it
cool.
gets.
I really want to go to that Ralph's. I'm all about trying
Oh,
these
dude,
Italian
it is.
joints. So,
And that's another place. Jimmy said, bring cameras, bring the show, record it, eat
mm.
here. I'm like, oh my God. It's so good. Jewel Tatey,
Oh, I
top
gotta change
five
that.
Philly must eat spots.
Damn.
So guys, if you want to wow Jewel Tatey, the way to her heart starts at her stomach.
These places right here.
These places right here start
Take notes.
Ralph. Right, Ralph's, John's roast pork. Like, we're not overly fancy. We just like good food.
No, we're not fancy, and you'll
No.
see why. I like how you put the addresses. See, I have to give you my top five in advance, so
I
you
could do
could.
that and put it on the. I mean, I like the surprises of it, but yeah, I mean the graphic, and
You
you're
don't like my
on.
surprises.
You can actually go on and do it under the administrating thing on StreamYard. I believe
Oh,
you still
so
have
I'm
that
just not
active.
doing my job. I got it.
Patent
I did
pending.
put the logo up on the web.
You did, and that's great. Thank God,
I
Nick.
did
I
that.
couldn't figure it out. We got that, Dennis. We're learning.
God, slowly but surely. Thank you. Yeah. Number five. I'm gonna change this because I did have a chain and I didn't realize. So I'm gonna change that. And number five is I used to live in Morrisville, PA. Home of legendary rapper Asher Roth. But there is this cute little grandma little
Oh
cafe.
man.
It's called the Squirrel's Nest, and they have
Oh.
the best breakfast, and it's very quick and so good and just homemade. Bang, bang, bang. It's delicious, and they have squirrels everywhere. So if you're not a squirrel fan, don't go and get
And it's
scared.
breakfast. I'm all about that. And
So
Morrisville's
good.
not overly far from me. I live
No, it's very and it's right off of Route One.
sweet.
Um, so, and then number four, good little Italian joint. It's BYOB. It's very tiny, but it's near Ron and the Boulevard, and it's called Tuscany. Their
Ooh,
their chicken Florentine to die for.
to
It's so
die.
good.
It's to die for.
And I'm gonna say this has become a chain, but it's definitely local people, so I can shout them out. But I went to Nashville, and I looked. I'm gonna tell all the Nashville viewers. I looked for good barbecue, but I think better barbecue is found in my little town here of Ambler, and that's the Lucky Well. Oh my
Oh,
God,
baby, yes.
so good.
Yes.
It's like very good. I was in Nashville. I'm like, man, I miss the Lucky Well, but
Right?
you know,
I forget
it's
what place we
never.
went to. We found a place like the last day that was good. But man, the Lucky Well. Oh, well, I got
But if
chills.
any
Oh
Nashville
my
people want to prove me wrong, I'm all about trying, some good barbecue. I've tried a
That's
lot out there, so
that's
just
right. We'll
saying.
be out there and you can come here and buy
Yeah,
us dinner from the Lucky
we'll
Well.
debate about it. Number two, I love dim sum. I love Japanese food,
Oh
and
yeah.
I found this gem of a place in Trevose, PA. It's right outside Philly, and it's called Musashi. If you drive past, you would drive right past it, but I'm spilling my secrets because this is the best. It's the best soup dumplings and authentic ramen that you will find in the area. It's very good.
I'm
And
going.
they have a
It's
little shop too of like Japanese toys
I
and
like that
imported
stuff.
goods.
You said it's Ben Salem because I got to get there.
Yeah, it's Trevos. It's on Street Road.
Trivers.
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because I love that. And I go around the corner from me, and I forget the name of the place, but I like that. But that, oh, I can only imagine.
So dumplings. Okay.
And number one,
Number one is my favorite. I just had this on my birthday. My lovely sister stopped on the way home from work and picked up a Charlie's Pizza.
oh
Holy God.
baby,
Charlie's and Vince's are
yeah.
brothers, but I do enjoy Charlie's because they have the Sicilian, they have the thick crust. It's delicious. And they always have that big cheese piece. Like that big cheese piece is mine.
Big cheese. I mean, they slap like I always found it cool. They slap on like square pieces of mozzarella.
Yeah.
Like they don't try. I love it. And Charlie's and Vince's. Oh my God, what a great call! That is a great call, number one. I know I joke around about some of your choices, but my God, that's a great one. Let's hit them up again. Top five Philly must-eat spots. When JD Wolf comes to visit, don't forget to try out the Philly Pretzel Factory. There are several locations. Number four, my good friend Bill Newman at the Union Tap House up by Manayunk area. Philly's best wings by far. Number three, Pika's Pizza. Do not forget them as well. Number two, the best roast pork, John's Roast Pork, also fantastic cheesesteaks. Number one, my good friend Jimmy and April Ralph's Italian restaurant, the restaurant at 760 South 9th Street. Your mouth is watering. I'm dying over here because I can drive to these places pretty much right now. Joe came back with a couple of dainties, the squirrel's nest, which is on my bucket list now because I love a good breakfast. Number four is Tuscany. Number three, the Lucky Well. Baby. Musashi at number two. Number one, Charlie's Pizza, legendary. Great, great top five list tonight. Lucky Well. It was the first place I ever had the mac and cheese with the crumbled goldfish on top. It is like, folks, if you never had it, you get yourself a good mac and cheese it up real nice, and then crumble some breadcrumbs all over. I mean, the really goldfish on top.
Goldfish. Holy good.
Pudgy's are in Skipback. I've
Yeah,
heard
they're
great
huge.
things. I've
Yeah.
never been there. It kind of reminds me when you say huge. One of the best places in Bucks
That's by
County
me.
now. Is it?
Oh, skip back and Bluebell. That's by me.
Damn it! I gotta get up there because
Let's go.
I love Curly's. Have you
Mm.
had a Curly's cheesesteak yet?
No, and they're right around the corner. I have to get there.
They are humongous, so a sandwich will last you a couple sessions. They use the Cooper Sharp, which is big now, and it is delicious. I've heard about Pudgy's. That's on my list. You
Oh
know,
man,
I want to do some yo show, and the three of us get in the car and we drive around. We
on the
try these great
road.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about like Marinucci's and like my favorite hoagie places, but like,
Oh,
oh
Marinucci's is
man,
amazing.
biggest
How
hoagies.
cool
They're
is?
like
They're
huge.
so
Feed you for five
good.
days.
Which, you know, with my condition, I'm supposed to keep off of nitrates, so no more hot dogs,
Little slivers,
lunch
little
meats,
slivers.
and yeah.
Little, yeah.
But you know what? I'm dying.
Sulamese down in Fishtown, they have excellent breakfast as well.
Oh my God, there's so many good
So
places.
many. So
So
many.
many. Cafe Carmela, I didn't put them on the
Mm.
list, but oh,
I
sweet
thought that was going to
Jesus.
be on your list, so that's why I didn't say it. They are very good.
Tattoos. I got the tattoo place around the corner from me. We're all getting Yosho tattoos.
Amados. Oh,
I love Amados. So with the Yosho tattoos, we'll all go out. The girls will get them here, and I'll watch, and then I'll get one like on my arm or something.
I don't know where, like, I'm definitely getting that Yosho tattoo. I don't know where I'm going to get it.
I am, Cassie. Where would you put it? Like, I'll find a house for it. I'll put it on my butt cheek.
I
I say, if you
always
don't
want
watch the
it.
Yosho,
I seriously, no shit. I always want it, like, side, like, you know.
yeah,
Side
Cassie's got
front
one
and
like
back.
Cassie's got one like right here, and it's hot. Speaking of my foot in the air, I'm wearing my Super Bowl socks. Can't stand it. Can't stand
You
it.
got to make time for the song now.
I know,
Shut
right?
up.
I
I'm
made a
getting a bit
mean dollar
distracted.
store mac and cheese in the microwave. Yeah, shells and
Uh,
shells and cheese. All right, yeah, let's stop.
shells
Please.
and cheese.
Let's get to
Crispy rice.
the music real quick, because for now it still works. And I've even gotten a warning from Facebook in a while. Maybe Facebook likes what we're doing as well. I can see it. I can see it. You and Jewel and Allie. The Yosho Tour
Tour
Beats.
Beats.
Trust me, I kind of had that
That
idea when we
song.
first started. Like, I'm going to do wings and all that. Think of that idiot with the one bite pizza thing that ruined it. Now he actually can do cheesesteaks. Don't ruin it. We're going to go out and pay homage. We're going to sit in this place and chat and get like the owner to come out. We're going to eat their food, talk about how great it is. Speaking of great, let's do it right now. Let's get a song here, ladies and gentlemen. Our very special guest tonight is Dane Louis, one of the great musicians that comes from Core PR. And his brand new song is very fitting. It's titled Fire. And as the kids would say these days, it is fire. It's a great little song. No videos. You could look at Dane lighting a cigarette for the next couple minutes. But it's worth it because I got to tell you, I'm a heterosexual male, but he's a sexy dude. He is. And he did a great job sharing the program tonight and the post. He had a lot of people checking it out, so that's great. Let's check it out right now. Dane Louis, Fire is the song. We'll be back 3 minutes, 39 seconds here on the Yo Show. Enjoy.
Month of red texts and a few missed calls. She finally changed her mind and came along as a one night, one time, give it a try kind of thing. I knew with one taste, like night to day, to put the world on its head, a new coming of age. And in no time sure, this here will be the only life she craves. We're gonna light it up until that sun burns out. Go until we get it up. Then we go another round. So come whiskey with a Tennessee burn, or a backwoods party at the next left turn. There's a flame lighting up the midnight sky, just like the desire in a young girl's eyes. There ain't nothing like a one of the three. Mix it on up and you're bound to see. Ain't just a promise, it's a guarantee. With a good time, good whiskey, or desire comes fire. Jack on the rocks, so you think she's tough. Got the kind of walk that leaves your love in the dust. Got you tripping and a calling, all because you're falling for everything she's got. Spend my last dime for one more time. Trade off my soul to make her last name mine. Look down the barrel of a loaded gun for just one shot. She's gonna tear it up, your whole world and your heart. And with any luck, she'll choke it up and blow some smoke rings in the dark. So come whiskey with a Tennessee burn, or a backwoods party at the next left turn. There's a flame lighting up the midnight sky, just like the desire in a young girl's eyes. There ain't nothing like a one of the three. Mix it on up and you're bound to see. There ain't just a promise, it's a guarantee that with a good time, good whiskey, or desire comes fire, yeah. Here comes fire. Suck on whiskey with the Tennessee burn, or a backwoods party at the next left turn. There's a flame lighting up a midnight sky, just like the desire in a young girl's eyes. There ain't nothing like a one of the three. Mix it on up and you're bound to see. It ain't just a promise, it's a guarantee that with a good time, good whiskey, or desire comes fire, yeah. Here comes the fire.
Oh, hell yeah, Jewel Tatey. That's it. Fire by Dane Louis. And I tell you what, you know, I know the pain of whiskey, but damn it, that song doesn't make me feel like grabbing a bottle and chugging it down. And this guy, you know, when we get back to Nashville, as you know, we're big Nashville fans. When we get back, I'm going to find Dane Louis, and me and him are going to drink whiskey all night long.
No, I don't even drink whiskey, but I will have a shot with you guys.
One of us will survive it, one of us will not. And if you want to know who's going to survive it, let's bring him out right now. And Mr. Whiskey himself. The brand new song is Fire. We just played it here. This guy's an amazing singer and songwriter. Another one of the great talents brought to us by the great people at Core PR. Let's bring it out and give it up for Mr. Dane Louis, ladies and gentlemen. Dane.
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, man? Well, we froze on us halfway. Give us a great what's up, y'all, and they froze on us.
Oh,
We're hanging there.
There we go. There we
There you
go.
All right, he's
They
back.
broke. I
Dane
just
Louis.
tuned in soon enough to figure out you guys had a bad taste in music, huh?
I thought you were going to say sports teams and
Right,
Well, that was my follow-up to just start this interview on the worst of positions. Are you still going to drink with me when you hear I'm a Chiefs fan?
it happens.
Oh.
It happens.
well,
I'm kidding. I'm a Seahawks
I'm
fan. I don't have a horse in
All
the
right.
race.
okay. I was going to say, we'll drink
better.
with you if you're a Chiefs fan, 'cause after the Chiefs lose, you can buy us around. How's that?
There you go. That works too. Honestly, I wish the best for both teams, but the Eagles haven't had a really good crack at it in a long time. And birds and birds. I'm a Seahawks fan, so I got to kind of root for the Eagles just as much. They've had an amazing year this year. So
Thank you.
Um,
We're
and-
awfully proud of them, too. And
as you should be.
the
As you
city's
should be.
going nuts with it. Now, before we get into any interviews and any chat, I got to tell Jewel this. So speaking of sports, he's an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, and
There you
Jewel is a Penn State alumni. Now, you know.
So it's been a great time talking to you guys. I've had a great time this evening. We'll see you next time. Whenever you have people that don't like the Litany Lions, or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, I
No,
mean,
that's all right.
it's all great.
I saw your pictures from the Iowa game and looked awesome. I'm like, man, I got
Yeah.
to stir it up tonight.
No, that was good. No, it was a great time. No, we had a lot of fun, man. At the Iowa game in Nashville. It was kind of a weird go. I wasn't expecting to go to one here, but no, it was a really good time.
That was in the Titan Stadium?
Yeah, they played Kentucky, and thank God Kentucky's quarterback got hurt because Iowa's defense was the only offense that we had all year long. Thank you,
that.
Brian Ferentz. But other than that, no, it was a really good time. I brought some of my buddies from out of town, so
We got a golden
Minnesota
Gopher
Gophers.
fan, I know, right?
got a Gophers fan, huh?
Got them
Uh,
all over the place here.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think to Drew, I couldn't believe when I went to Nashville how close the Titan Stadium was. It's like right there.
It is right there, and they're building a new one too. It's like a 68, or no, excuse me, not 60. It's way more than that capacity, but it's like a $2 billion build that I think they're tearing down the old one and making a brand new one. So evidently, we're getting Aaron Rodgers next year
Well,
Apparently.
to play quarterback,
Hey,
or
watch
Tom Brady,
everything.
one of the two. But
he's done.
yeah, well, Brett Favre said the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Depends
you
if
know.
Giselle takes him back, right?
He only
he said it'd
started
take
with,
me
you
a
know,
year, so be
He-
gone.
he took the year off from broadcasting, so I'm not going to Fox yet. So maybe he's building on something.
Hard telling, man. How you guys doing tonight, though? Good
We're
to
doing
meet
great,
up with y'all.
man. It's great to have you on, and we just
Thank
played
you.
the song Fire, and properly named, because like I said, the kids say when it's hot right now, it's Fire. And
Thank
it's a
you,
hot
man.
song. It's great. So congratulations on that. Tell us a
Thank you
little
so
something
much.
about the song and the creative process, man, because we love it.
Thank you so much. Actually, it's kind of a funny story. My guitar player, Nick, and I were. He races go-karts, those little 70-mile-an-hour go-karts,
Oh,
and
I'm jealous.
it winds up being a lot of the NASCAR crews or pit crews that run them down around this way. We found out, so he doesn't race a lot down here. But we we were working on his cart one night in Nebraska, where he's from. He's from about an hour and a half from where I'm from in Iowa. I'm right on the western border. And we were working on his cart, and he said, "I don't know what this is." And thanks, Earl. Appreciate you, man. We were working on his cart, and he goes, "Wait, I got an idea." And he goes and runs over to a notepad, and he goes, "Just write something down." And he hands it to me. I still got the note in my wallet. Actually,
pretty
let's see. He goes, "There's fire in a party. There's fire in whiskey, and there's fire in love." And it's just kind of he's like, run with that, do with whatever. Yeah, here it is. actually. I just kind of
Wow.
kept it just in case the song ever does well. This
Look
has
at
been about 5 years ago that he wrote this, by the way. But I
He
just
needs
kept
to
it in
be
there in
framed.
case. Yeah,
I know,
right.
right?
Just keep garbage. But no. But he's like that. It should be a. He goes, do with that whatever you want with it. And I said, well, we could probably make kind of a party song out of that. And so we decided to take a, like just the classic story of a guy's into a girl and trying to get her to come out and have a good time, and kind of changing her opinion on maybe some podunk hillbillies like I was raised around with in Iowa. But yeah, so Fire became a thing. We released an independent album that it came out on. We pulled it, but we wound up back in the studio. The album we released was back in 2019, but then we pulled all discography to start fresh. So we went into a studio and we were going to record a different song. And then last minute we made an audible and decided that, you know what, maybe we should try to give Fire another shot, because a lot of fans and friends have liked that song. So we brought in Jeff King, who's Reba McEntire's guitar player. He's a really great session player. And Jeff goes and sits down, and we kind of left a big open space for maybe a good signature lick at the beginning. And Jeff starts ripping into this, and we go, wow, like this is kind of like looking like a single now. And so we decided, when we decided to finally release the song, that, hey, Fire might be a best lead off for getting everybody re-involved and reacquainted with our music and the new style we're kind of going for. So it's been a fun ride for that song, and from a little small garage in Howells, Nebraska to Nashville, Tennessee. But we're excited to have some folks responding really well to it.
We got fans from back home.
Kelly
saying
Martin
hello.
from back home. How's it going? Good to see you.
We
Thanks
love
for
it. We
tuning
love it.
in.
We love that. Yeah, thank you definitely for tuning in. Joe, get in there with some questions for Dane. Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
No, I was just gonna say that lick sounds like a hit. Your videos are absolutely blowing up, especially on YouTube. We're tweaking our YouTube as well, so it's a tough egg to crack. How has the reception been for all of your new stuff? And you just released Fire in January, correct?
Yes, yeah, January 20th, and I'm so blessed to have, and I think a lot of artists say this all the time, but I really, they're wrong. I have the best team in the game, and Core PR and Burning Ground Entertainment, they got me here, so that's good. But man, they've done an amazing job of promoting this single and helping us out, and putting this in front of the right ears, and it's been ultimately so by a bunch of different playlists and a bunch of different crowds that we've never tapped into before. Our Spotify listeners shot way up, and the streams on this thing have been awesome for us so far. And it's been a great reception so far. We're going to be putting out a live performance video of it was a show that we did right before we left home for Tennessee. But we kind of tried to match some stuff up to Fire, which fun here fact. And hi, Allison. Fun fact for us, we actually didn't play Fire in the show. So it lines up, anytime that it lines up in the video, that's just hilarious, awesome coincidence. But that's a fun fact I'll drop here. But it's been amazing. So we're dropping a live performance video from our last show before we left the Midwest to move out here to Nashville. And we're releasing that in a week. So I hope that does well. And Fire's been very well received, so we're really excited for the next one.
It's awesome, man! Congratulations on it. We love it.
Thank you.
It's kind of funny when you said like a funny little story. We're learning in video land that makes for the best eye catching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that. So you've been busy. You're doing a lot of appearances, live appearances. You're doing the circuit, magazines, TV, the whole 9 yards. How does it feel to kind of be back into that? 'Cause remember, we had a lockdown not too long ago. Now you're back and you're promoting. You're all over the place. How good does it feel to be out just spreading it and getting the love in return?
Man, I tell you what, it was the craziest thing. That's awesome. I love the little commentary. She was like, "Get Dennis out of here." No, that's the best.
Thank you.
No. Dennis is the GOAT. No, I made the decision. I've been playing music for about 10 years, and I went full time with it during 2020. I was a finished carpenter. I did everything to do with the house.
I
And
love
I I I basically wound up deciding in the middle of 2020 because I lost my dream job and my passion job. I said, you know what? I'm going to take a big jump here and I'm going to quit in the middle of 2020. And I said, if I can figure out how to do this as a musician in 2020, I can do it any year.
Sure.
And so I quit my job in May of 2020.
Wow.
And it was kind of right in the middle of it. And it was kind of a leap of faith, a big leap of faith. We were recording an album. And so I burnt through every ounce of savings I had. And we recorded a little EP. And Iowa luckily opened up around June, July, where we could play at least some street dances or some, town quincentennials or whatever the heck they do. And just a bunch of different town street parties. And we made it through. And that was amazing. I, after that, wound up in a year-long, after I moved to Nashville, I moved in April of 21. I wound up in a year-long kind of back and forth with a individual who I still consider my friend, and I wish him the best. But he was going to manage us and didn't want us to release the record yet. And I had disagreements with that. But we hung it out and didn't release anything. And about November, decided this didn't work. This wasn't what we wanted to do. And so now we're releasing the record. So after 2020, we're sitting and get through 2021, playing a bunch of shows and had a really great year. It was a really good high point. Then we drop into 2022 and we don't play anything. And then last part of 2022, we go, nah, screw this, man. We're writing our own story now, and we're going to kind of manage ourselves, represent ourselves, and we're going to release Fire, and we're going to release the other 5 songs that we cut on this EP. And so seeing this after what has technically almost a hiatus since we released Whiskey Wears Off, has been such a blessing and such an amazing thing to see from the fans that are still there. And as a new artist that's kind of breaking through, that's always a risk, making sure everyone's still there, that you could have had lightning one time or had people care about it one time, especially in this, here today, gone tomorrow generation. And it's such a blessing to see everybody still responding to the music so well.
That's awesome. I kind of like the irony of, when the whiskey wears off, because it wears off and you're like, I don't have a job. Now I'm trying to make it music.
Now I want another song. Now I want. Exactly.
Fire. It's so fitting. But yeah, we asked that question a lot. Just how was your 2020, and did you buckle down and do the thing and get creative? Which, I mean, you went to work, and just how was just getting out for the first time, live stage experience, and compared to 2022 shows today, how has that experience been? And
oh man, it was crazy. So we actually had a blessing that we're really, really good friends with a venue owner back home. His name's Mitch Martin, owns a wonderful venue called the Marquee in Sioux City, Iowa, which is right at the tri-state area, Iowa, South Dakota, Nebraska. And he was trying to do a series where we get back in and stream performances from the venue. And that was our first show back in probably 6 months ish. I think we played our last show was it was a sold out show at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in our hometown of Sioux City. Nice. With Tyler Farr. And that was on Valentine's Day. And then a month later, St. Patrick's Day, I think, was kind of the mark for most people in the United States that everything shut down. Mm-hmm. So it was probably April or May, and it was just dead. I mean, nothing was happening. So we got into the Marquee with Mitch, and we did a live stream show, and that was so weird. It felt so great getting back in with the band. And then the song ended. The first song ended, and I'll never forget. It was just kind of like dead silence. It was nothing, and I've played bars for a lot of years now where you're playing for 3 people that'll give a half a clap, or you'll hear some drunk guy talking in the background. And it was so funny just to talk, or just to have absolutely nothing going on. So that was weird. And then we were playing shows, and even though things were opening back up, people still weren't comfortable. Right. They weren't okay with coming out again.
Yeah, too. Like they didn't know how to act.
Right, exactly. Do I wear a mask? Can I stand up? Can I get next to
Yell,
somebody else?
cheer.
Yeah, can I yell? Can I anything? And so it was a weird dynamic for a lot of months. But I think by about September, Iowa had cracked open fully, and everybody was having a really good time. We were playing a lot around the Midwest, and then by October, it was shut down again. We were shut off again. I think everyone kind of basically went through 2 shutdowns. I remember the first time I visited Nashville was August of 2020, and all the bars were shut. So it was a weird.
Fun.
I can't imagine Nashville like that. I mean,
Yeah, no. Well, after living here now, I really can't imagine it like that. But I mean, that I kind of am glad in a weird way that was our first exposure to it, because look deeper into the city, and now living here, those are the same places we look. We don't really care about the Broadway thing as much as a lot of folks do, and so it's kind of a beautiful irony to it. But yeah, it was kind of just dead as hell the first time we came here. But 2020 was a struggle, but it wound up being kind of a triumph because the odds were even for everybody. There was no Luke Combs concert you could go to at an arena. There was no Morgan Wallen concert. There was, Rolling Stones concert. There was nowhere else people could go. And so if they could see live music, they had to come to some dumbass Iowa kids show, to be able to see live music. So socially distanced mosh pit. We'll stand there like
just kind of give them an angry face.
Just silently like, oh, I'm ready to pop it. That was a good comment. I love that.
That's great.
But yeah, it's true though, man. I mean, it was such a weird experience. And ultimately, I think it built a lot of character for us because it put us on the same playing field as everybody else for once in our life. And I don't think we'll ever, necessarily get that again. I mean, the bottom of the totem pole was the same as the top of the totem pole. And us as a smaller band at that time, especially, had a lot of benefits to being a smaller band. We could get away with a lot more shows. And guys like Luke had to wait, 2-3 years before they could play a live show again. So,
Sure.
Our 2020 was a very constructive and creative year. I wrote a lot of songs in that time, and I got closer, and I there's a beauty in being broke as well. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing melds your heart like empty pockets and broken hearts. Nothing shapes your character more than that. So it was a blessing as much as it was a curse for everybody, and everybody hated it. So it was kind of like everyone had a mutual hatred for once.
Right.
I got to tell you, like, as far as we're concerned, because we made our way to a studio, and we were getting filmed, we're going there live, people were coming live to sit with us, and all of a sudden it was gone. But we came home to this, a great webcaster in his own right, Jimmy Starr, has an excellent show, showed us this platform. And when I tell you, thousands of people each week were flooding to us, I'm like, why? My wife said, there's nothing new on TV. You're new.
Yes.
Your independent artists are new, and these actors had nothing else to do. And I'm like, exactly. Yeah. So they were flooding. And then it slowed down a little bit, but we're picking back up. But it
always does.
You kind of owned the world for a while. Us little people were just dominating because we were brand new.
That's it, man. And people never dove harder, I feel like, into trying something new or looking into some new media or looking into new artists than they ever did in that time period. So yeah, that's a very good point. Exactly. Everybody was on a level playing field.
Exactly. That's a great way to look at it. We are 230 episodes strong. And I always joke around saying we're 230, we never had a bad guest, because this is where all these people are coming from. Social media feeds them to me like, hey, check these people out. And I found Core PR. I had a lovely artist. There's Presley Tennant on the program.
Oh, I love Presley, man. She's
she
great.
Wonderful? She's such a doll. And I had her on, and the group came to me and said, hey, that was so good. How about more people? And I'm like, sure, more people.
Great. Yeah.
And with you and, let's say, Drew Smith and yourself and Presley, a fantastic job so far. Like, we love people like you. It's perfect.
Thank you so much. No, Presley's awesome, man. I got to meet her about a year ago when we all went to country radio seminar, and she's a blossoming young artist. I mean, man, I think is she legal, like 21 yet? I don't even know. Like, I mean, I think she was 19 or 20 when I met her. I was like, you're 19 years, you got a long way to go in this business in the best way. You already got this much going for you. She's fantastic, great singer. We
Is
played
she
with her
too
at
old
CMA.
for? Is she too old for Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh my god.
I saw that today that he's allegedly dating a
Oh my-
19-year-old instead of a
Oh my
25-year-old now. Oh my lord!
Jesus.
But
Something else.
God bless him.
It's a good lead in. You're like, is she legal? I'm like, it depends on who you ask.
Does she have to have a
Leo,
parent
she's-
sign-off sheet to go on a date? Like, oh my.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
but Presley, man, she's an absolute rock star. And I mean, Darian Lee, she's amazing too. There's a million different artists. Ricky Duran's a good buddy of mine. Bunch of different folks on Core are amazing artists, and I appreciate them for the pick their artists carefully. I'm honored and blessed to be able to be one of those, but they only pick artists with good character and good, personality and banter. So it's always good folks that I get to meet all that are on the same team. So
Awesome. And of course, you're on the show, but we love kissing butt to our artists anyway. All class. So far, a great class. Great stories and a lot of fun so far. So
thank
far,
you.
so good. for
Same
recording.
to y'all, man. No, that's awesome. It's always fun to be on a good podcast or a good
Thank you.
radio show.
Oh,
So
that means
I know,
that's
right?
so nice. Thank
thank
you.
you. I've
That's
had
a
some
clip.
horror stories too, man. Like I've had
I'm
some bad ones,
sure.
so it's always fun to jump into a good dynamic. So,
Because people are like, oh, you're great. I'm like, we are? And they're like, yeah, you're great. The way you handle your guests is great.
Yeah.
And the guests always give us great feedback. I'm like, maybe we're doing something right here.
doing something right, man. I wrote a song with the guy Jason Matthews wrote the song "Must Be Doing Something Right" for Billy Currington. I wrote a song with him last week, so y'all are doing something right, man.
Oh,
Thank you.
Doing great.
Very
thank you
much.
so much. But how did you get started in country, and what brought you your love of country music? I mean, growing up at Iowa, it could be a few different influences. So who were your influences growing up, and what got you really into singing?
Yeah, thanks for noticing that. I hated country music when I was growing up. The different influences part sticks with me more than anything. No, it's kind of the funniest story about it, man. So when I started playing music, it wound up being my dad had a buddy that had gone through a breakup, and he was getting rid of a bunch of junk. He bought, and I'll try to condense this because it can get long-winded as hell, but it's kind of that missed appointments right on time thing. My dad brought home a guitar, and it was this old beat up acoustic, and it was kind of a cool party trick for a day, and it sat up in the attic for years. I had a buddy. Oh, what's up, Jeremy? How's it going, man? Good to see you. I know Jeremy very well. Been out of his house several times. But it was so funny. We ultimately, my dad brought home this piece of shit guitar. Excuse me. But
That's okay. There's no FCC around here.
all right, cool, man. I'm foreign filth, so I had to be careful. But I had a buddy come over, and he was like, "Oh yeah, look at that cool guitar," and I was like, "Ah, it's garbage, whatever." We went to science class. This is about 6th grade, man, and we're sitting at a table of 4, and this is kind of crazy to think about. Your teacher assignment sits you at a table of 4. The dude that was sitting kitty corner from me, his name's Brett Vermilia, really good friend of mine still to this day. He's a great guitar player as a 6th grader. And he's like, "Hey man, if you gotta get my friend Trace that spent the night was bringing up the guitar from the attic." And Brett goes, "I could teach you how to play if you want to play." And I was like, "Man, this is cool." This is right around the time I'm getting into Zeppelin and Tom Petty and bands like that. That's who my parents were into. A bunch of classic rock bands, Mellencamp, Bob Seger, and he's been.
Oh, sorry, that was too good.
Sometimes I'm even home. Yeah, exactly. But it was so crazy. So Brett's who became my first guitar player, starts teaching me how to play guitar. It was just kind of insane. It took off from there, and I just kind of really took to it. My dad bought me another guitar for my birthday. It was a Fender Stratocaster, and I wanted a Les Paul so bad that I kind of resented it. It was stupid. Like, you're a 13-year-old kid where you can still be like that wasn't a cool present,
yes,
but just like ungrateful as hell.
This
but
isn't a Wilson football. This is
yeah,
a football.
this is a Spalding. What the hell? And it's so, but I wanted to wrestle really bad because in Iowa wrestling's huge, and my dad was really scared of it. He was like, "I don't want you starving yourself. I don't want you hurting yourself. I don't want anything. So please take guitar lessons like instead. And if you hate it after 2 weeks, I'll let you go wrestle." How does that work? Does that is that a fair trade? And I go, no, I still want to wrestle. He goes, too bad, you're taking guitar lessons. But he goes, he's like, I'm going to hold you to that. And he goes, if you hate it, quit. And he'd never given me that option before. And so I go to my first guitar lesson. I learned Heartbreaker by Zeppelin and Learning to Fly by Tom Petty.
Nice.
In the first lesson, I never looked back. Instantly started a band with some buddies. We taught a friend how to play bass because no one ever wanted to do that. But ultimately just kept playing through the years. I got in a hard rock band by the time I was a junior in high school. We almost had a record deal. We had a deal for Warped Tour when that was still a thing.
Wow.
And it was like really exciting. With high school, thank God. And the band fell apart right after that. And so I got into playing country music because when I was sitting in a tractor, my dad was a farmer. I was sitting in a tractor, and on Sundays they'd play football on the radio. And I didn't care to listen to football at the time. I wasn't actually really into football. And the country stations would be playing music. So I started listening to guys like Jason Aldean and Eric Church that were playing these kind of Southern rock kind of songs. It wasn't, Hillbilly Hee Haw Hour. It was like a rock band, and I loved that. And so I was like, man, there might be something more to this country thing. So I started diving in, and then I started developing a love for country music and, getting respect also for guys like Waylon or George Jones or Vern Gosdin or guys that are really down in the country spectrum that are the traditional country artists and just the true storytelling aspect. And that's what I fell in love with most of all. So, I mean, we release a good song like Fire or a good time song like Fire, and it doesn't really have a whole lot of substance in it, but ultimately, what I'm really looking forward to in the coming music that we're releasing and producing is diving harder into our storytelling and giving somebody something to chew on, really. And that's where my love for country music really blossomed, is from that young age. And playing bands, I started a couple different bands, and I finally had enough turnover that I went solo. And then the Dane Louis thing happened because my last name's actually Mogensen, but Louis is my middle name. That's why the spelling's different. But Mogensen's too hard for drunk people and promoters to remember. So Dane Louis happened, and then we've been doing that for about 5 years, and shoot, more than that now, probably. I don't know, but it's been great. We've had so many immense blessings, as well as meeting Core PR and Burning Ground and people like y'all, and being on these kind of shows. And it's been a great time so far.
I'm glad you changed to Lewis. I would have pushed that other name, no doubt about it.
Yeah, Mogensen. It was Morganson, Loganson, Johnson. It was just it wound up all over the dang place.
And at first, they still got Lewis wrong because they kept Lewis and all over everything. I'm like, wait a minute.
Everyone does. There's an artist named Dean Louis. That's a pop artist. DeanLeWis. And I was worried about that. I was like, man, I might have to change my name again now. But I thought I was really good. Van Zants. Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
He said
Ronnie,
got some
Donnie,
Van
John.
Zant in.
Oh yeah.
Earl's an artist in his own right. He said, many years ago when he was younger, he looked like you. That was probably a long time ago. But
that's awesome, man. I have a big old kind of like Midtown Bolero hat kind of thing that I wear all the time whenever we do our stuff, and so everyone always calls it the Ronnie Van Zant hat, and that's, hey man, that's what we're going for. We got two guitar players, and I play guitar, so we're really going for the Skinnerd sound, man. That's kind of what I thought about with country too. Is you look at bands like Tom Petty or Leonard Skinnerd or Molly Hatchet or Mellencamp, and it's like that would be under the country umbrella today. As far as things go, we fit way more into the country dynamic than we do the rock dynamic. And so that's kind of the songwriting and the style that we love so much and we grew up on. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Earl. I appreciate that.
Certainly. I became a bigger country music fan from this program and a lot of the acts you have on, because like I said, Facebook recommends artists. I guess the algorithm having the show. And you start looking at me like, hey, pretty good. And I first got into country music. My wife took me to a concert. It was a big bus of people. And everywhere were girls in short skirts and boots, and I'm like, yeah, country music it is. Here we
Hang
are.
on.
God bless the fact I'm not married, so I don't have to deal with the conversation that follows leading those kind of concerts. But
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
But
well,
no.
my first concert was a John Denver concert, so that's what made.
Oh,
She's
that's
a huge
awesome.
John Denver fan, yeah.
I love it. Well, actually, it's kind of funny. You bring that up too. My first concert was actually Georgia Satellites, Foghat, and Creedence Clearwater Revisited, which was it's like CCR without John Fogerty, basically.
Yeah.
But after Fortunate Son got played, the guitar player threw me the guitar pick, and I took it. I got it. You know, he's like, why is this 12-year-old kid singing the lyrics to a song written about going to Vietnam? You know, but I loved it. I sang every word, and because I was just starting to really envelop myself in classic rock, and I remember going home from that show and just telling Mom, like, I want to do that when I grow up. And she's like, okay, you know, whatever. Because it was probably another 2 years before I even picked up a guitar. But yeah, it's such a cool thing. That first concert really does stick with you.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm not even familiar with the Artemis Pile bands. That ring a bell?
Oh yeah, that's the drummer for Skynyrd. Yeah.
Awesome.
There was actually I think it was released on Prime. It was called the Street Survivors, the Leonard Skynyrd story, or the story of the Leonard Skynyrd plane crash. And it was really good. I don't think it got fully approved by Leonard Skynyrd. So there was some issues that came with that. But because Artemis was kind of the catalyst of that, and you know he was the drummer that went down. That was their drummer when they went down in the plane crash. But but they did get to play "Call Me the Breeze" and some other songs in that. But it was I think it was, you know, speaking from the outside looking in, it was a really, really cool biopic kind of thing. And dramatization of how that all went, and the Artemis Pyle band was playing at the end. So, but it was Artemis Pyle's. It's been cool to see a lot of the stuff that he was able to do post Skynyrd. So.
I thought you were jumping.
Yeah, no, man, I always do that too. I'm like, I don't want to interrupt anybody.
I feel bad because I talk way too much for my own good. So we use a phrase here. We say community over competition. Now, Nashville, of course, there's tons of people, tons of artists. There's music everywhere you go. Community or competition, how grateful has the surrounding artists been in the Nashville scene?
Total community, 112%. I've been so grateful to be around a bunch of, and I'll say it this way too, even the competitive musicians still try to help you. You know, there is no competition in the sense that everybody it's iron sharpens iron. You know, everybody really helps each other out. It's one of my favorite sayings about all of it, man. I mean, you walk into a bar and it'll be the most amazing fiddle player you ever saw until you walk to the next bar. And then you see the most amazing drummer that you've ever seen or guitar player. And it's like, it washes your mind, but it makes you want to be better. And so everybody passively inspires one another in this town. And there are assholes and there are people that are, you know, facetious and vindictive, and they don't last long. And I think that's kind of the biggest blessing of Nashville is no matter how good anybody is, man. I mean, I've broken bread with some amazing folks. I mean, one of the guys I write with is Anthony Smith. He's a great songwriter. Wrote Cowboys Like Us and Run for George Strait. Wrote a bunch of different songs off Montgomery Gentry's catalog. Another songwriter I write with, Jason Matthews, I mentioned earlier, wrote Must Be Doing Something Right for Billy Currington. He goes fishing with Luke Bryan. You got guys like this that have, you know, that know everybody. You're just a new guy from Iowa and Nashville, and they embrace you the same exact way as they would anybody else. And so I've been the only thing I've been starstruck about in Nashville is the people that don't act like stars.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's been kind of a beautiful thing to see how much everybody cares about everybody here. And I was genuinely shocked by that.
It's a great town. Like Jules been there. I've been there last year for my wife's birthday. We definitely plan on getting back. And when we get back,
let me know.
I know, man.
Please.
We'll email you, hit you up on social media. We'd love to. we love to get in and see some of the great people who've been on our program live and yeah, have a shot and just shoot the breeze in person, kind of that stuff like that. Just it's kind of the desire of what brings us here, you know what I mean? And you've been great. Like I said, your team is great. The people around you are great. Your music is excellent. I mean, I know
Thanks, man.
we usually say a half hour. We're like cruising into the half hour spot. So of course, I'd love to welcome you back. We'd like to have you back. Come on
Thank you
down the road
much,
when music
man.
comes out. If you're into that.
We got some stuff coming out, man. I'd love to talk to you again anytime. Appreciate you.
I
And come
love
out
it.
to the
And,
East Coast.
Yeah, come to the East
All right.
Coast. Right.
What part you got? Are you in Philly?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
outside of Philly, not far away.
Okay, right on, man. Yeah, that ain't far. I actually
And,
met a couple folks from Pittsburgh when I was in Mexico getting.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. See, I love that. I love that. This is like
6
same
hours
way about
away.
Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do that with
Pittsburgh.
Iowa people too. Iowa City. You know.
And I got to tell you, because we always talk about like a group trip to Nashville because it's just that much fun. And I'm going to tell my friends out there, females who watch on replay or live, Dane's single. So let's all go out to Nashville and play the dating game or the dating game with Dane Louis.
Oh my.
that was crafty. That was punny. I like it.
Thank you. You're like, that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. God bless them if they want to try that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my own wife might want to play, but you're not. You can find Dane Louis, everybody. I'm going to run that scroll for a while. The new single is Fire. It's out now on Apple Music, Spotify. You can watch it on YouTube. His website, www.DaneLewisOfficial.com to get all the latest news. Instagram at Dane Louis Official, and the Facebook, of course, at Dane Louis. Dane, can't thank enough, man. A half hour flew by because we had such a blast. You're funny. You're classy. Your music's great.
Yes,
You're cool. Like, this is what we do, and this is why we do it. People like you keep us coming every week for more great stuff. Again, well, thank you, and we'll be in touch with Core, or if you want us to mail you directly, we'll do that. And
Awesome, man. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jewel. I appreciate you guys taking the time tonight. It was a blessing talking to y'all. Have fun. Be good. If
Likewise.
not, name it after me. All right.
you got it, man.
Thank
Stay
you so
great.
much.
We really appreciate it. Have a good night.
Take it easy, y'all. Bye-bye.
All right, Dane Louis, ladies and gentlemen, Drew, I got to tell you, I say it a million times, and I continue to say it. We just luck out always. These people are so great that come on.
I mean, it did really fly by because it's just a conversation, you know, that we love when the guest is just comfortable and they go off and we just have a conversation and we throw the questions out the window. That's what we do.
We really do. And, you know, I make a list. I usually try to get 10 to 12. And, like, I wanted to ask him about his nomination for the Up and Country Awards. I forgot to mention
I know.
the charity event that he's doing. And now I feel like an idiot. He's got
We'll mention the charity event now while his
Yeah.
listeners are still here.
Right, we were going to do that. Make sure I get it right here and find it. We're not going to put it. Like Lawson. Or it's the year. I'll have to find it because I lost some of my questions too.
No.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
I have
so it's
Okay.
he's making an appearance at a charity event called Ride for the Kids. It benefits Camp High Hopes, June 10th in Sioux City, Iowa. So if you're around the area, Sioux City, Iowa, you're a fan of Dane and can get to that area, check it out. It's a great event. They do it every year. Ride for Kids. I believe this is the 8th annual, if I remember correctly. So it's a great charity, and it's for kids, and you can't get any bigger than that, and so make sure you check that out. And I'll repost it on my page. I feel kind of bad I missed that. Thank you very much, for always appreciate you. We love having you here. I feel kind of bad you get so caught up. Like I said, we throw the questions out the window, and that was a little further down the line, and then he's got great stories, and he's passionate about it, so and we do.
That
we
was
skip
great
something.
commentary, Earl. We did.
Yeah, Earl had
Yeah,
some
that's
great
just-
stuff,
that's
and
awesome.
like Jimmy Van Zant and guys like that. It's like that's great stories to tell, and that's one of the things we tell you. If you watch, the comment section's there, man. Pop in with stuff, and if it has to do with the guest or it has to do with one of our topics, we'll drop it in, man. We love it. We have a great time. Guys like Earl, Video Gothic, as he's known by, and JD Wolf, like they drop in their comments, and we use them, and makes us laugh.
Why are you sorry? No, we love it. Get
Yeah,
involved.
yeah,
Get
don't be
involved
sorry,
in
dude.
the conversation.
It's great. We love it. And like I said, Earl, you being in the music business, you got a lot of stories of people from music. And like I said, the Van Zants. And when you mentioned like the drummer's band there, and he just went on with it, it's just great. You are used. You're so used. You're used and abused. But you know what? That's the fun of the Yo Show. And we'll come out to your town with my wife's single female friends also.
Right.
And we'll play the dating game with you as well. Great stuff. We really appreciate it. Joel, he was just excellent. And you had said earlier today, like, tonight should be good. He seems like a cool guy. And you get that vibe off of the people to come on, and super cool and great music. So we wish them the best. I'm telling you, when we go out to Nashville, we're going to have our hands full. We've got so many people to visit.
I know. I'm so excited. Now we'll just like walk down Broadway and be like, oh, the Yo Show.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's what we're looking for. Or we'll sneak our head into a bar. It's like, is that Presley Tennant and Dane Louis?
Right.
And our man George Powell on drums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Love it. Yeah, and that's the good part, too. Some of the stories when they begin and some of the bands and influence them, etc., certainly do bring you back. So a great time tonight. Thank you very much. Dane Louis. Got to catch my breath.
What are you doing there?
A little sip of water. Just water.
It's a moonshine.
No, God. That has never been my thing. Although I'm telling you, I had the itch for whiskey tonight. Just listen to him. We got to do a couple things real quickly. Promotion things. Don't forget, folks, it is coming this Saturday. And look, we're not sitting here guaranteeing it's going to be the most perfect production, and we really don't care. But it's Murphy's Beef and Ale this Saturday. And a lot of people, man, a lot of people are getting there. It is going to be their wing eating competition. I almost showed the wrong banner. Let's get it on here. There it is up there. Nope, that's not it either. Okay, we're almost there. Keep going. Keep going. There it is. The Yo Show is live February 11th, Saturday, Murphy's Beef and Ale, 5725 Bristol Emily Road in Levittown, PA. It's their annual Wing Bowl eating competition, Tecmo Super Bowl tournament, a DJ in the house, the Yo Show. Jewel, Allie, and Jeff will be live commentating the program. We're going to have a great group on hand, cocktails, of course, because it's a bar. The Yo Show shot is on the fence. We're trying to get it made for you, Jewel, your favorite shot.
Uh-oh.
So we get them for us as well. It's just going to be a great event. We have our own personal Yo Show wing eater as well. That's going to get into the competition. And if he wins the $500, 10% goes to the Yo Show. It doesn't, but it sounds good. Again, the eaters are packed, but don't be afraid to come on in. And remember, it's going to be live filming of the Yo Show. It is February 11th, this coming Saturday. Starts around 7:30. 5725 Bristol Emily Road, beautiful downtown Levittown, Pennsylvania. Murphy's Beef, and I always say that, beautiful downtown. It is. It's beautiful downtown.
Levittown doesn't have a downtown.
Right, it doesn't, and it certainly doesn't have a beautiful downtown. No, we love it. I love it around here, Langhorne, Levittown, the Bucks County area, because it's like a kind of like a blue-collar area where people go and they do their job, they come home, they want to let loose. So there's a lot of fun around here, great place to eat, great place to drink, a lot of great people. So I expect a great turnout at Murphy's.
It's going to be so much fun.
It is going to be. It's an Eagles pep rally because the next year in the Super Bowl. Allie's birthday is a couple days before, so she wants a birthday party out of it. I mean, let's just go nuts. Wear your Eagles garb because you're going to be, if it's not 100% live, it's at least going to be filmed and played over YouTube. So remember, show your spirit, get rowdy, have a great time this Saturday night. Jewel, I can barely contain myself.
I'm so excited. It's only a few days away. Like, I remember talking about this before and just being so excited. Like, it's here. The week is here. It's happening.
The week finally is here. We're going to a Super Bowl party on Sunday, which shocks me. I'm leaving the house. Usually I'm a homebody when it comes to my Eagles. I'm flexing. I got from the great people at Rally House my Phillies,
Nice.
Eagles champion, conference champion hat, the Super Bowl logo on the side. I'm psyched for that. I've got all kind of Eagles, everything. Joel, I can't wait. This weekend is just going to be fantastic.
It's really funny because I've been watching the local news mornings, and they're in Arizona, I mean, in their Eagles stuff, but they had Eagles fans like come up to the camera and like try to get free swag and all.
Yeah.
So the one guy, he's like, "Oh, here, you want a jersey?" And this guy, I mean, he was like enormous, and this jersey was so tiny. And he's like, "Here," and it was white and pink and had like the Super Bowl logo,
Yeah.
but it was like white and pink and very tiny. Like,
Very tiny.
he's like, I guess someone will want
I can't breathe. That's great stuff. There's so much. Rally House has so much Super Bowl stuff, and a couple of years ago, I obviously went broke. It's just I showed you the socks. I've got flags. I've got plaques. I got it all. This year, I took it a little light. I got the hat. I want to go overboard as much as I want to see him win. You know, it's Andy Reid. I love to break Andy Reid in half. Everybody's like, oh, Mahomes is the next Brady. Now, maybe Jalen Hurts is the next Brady. Maybe Jalen Hurts get out there and stick his foot right up Mahomes' rear end. I would love
and
to
he
see it.
will.
Yes,
We'll all see.
absolutely will.
I know. I have my Eagles Super Bowl shirt, but it's white, and of course I got marinara on it. I'm so upset. So now it's like a cutoff. It's like a workout shirt, but it's still like one of my favorites.
Oh, those years ago. Great stuff. Yeah, we're psyched. We're psyched for the Super Bowl. We're psyched for this live appearance. And like I said, we're working out the kinks of a live appearance. This is only our second one. The last one was during COVID, and poor Jeff sat there with about a whole 10 people. No co-host and put on his little Halloween show.
I'm so upset.
It was fairly
This
good.
this is gonna be it. This
Yes.
is the commencement.
This is the beginning
fun.
of it. And if it works out good, like, I don't want to spill the beans, but the manager from Nail Bite's like, hey, how about you guys come out to Lovedrass and bring your show and cover the concert? Like,
Oh my god.
like Nail Bite? Seriously?
What is happening? Getting like movie offers and shit.
I moved on, my God. The movie offer, I gotta tell you.
Concerts, like, okay.
But I gotta be honest. Can you picture me in a Fallon Vendetta movie and just going over the whole time and not even being able to get my lines out? I look like an idiot.
Oh my. No,
Fucking
you'll
Fallon
be
Vendetta.
professional. Jeff Perini. Yo
Dun,
show
dun,
extraordinaire.
Yeah, Yo Show extraordinaire. Another piece that we do here on the Yo Show, while we have everybody here, is Let's Argue. Dun, dun, dun. Joel, I pick a subject, I show a bunch of pictures, I tell people to pick them, and this week, everybody got a chance to save 3 of their favorite appetizers. Mac
Oh.
and cheese bites and sliders, calamari, wings, frying pickles, chips and guac, nachos, mozzarella sticks, pretzel bites, quesadillas, hummus plate, crab cakes, burrata salad. And for the life of me, I have no idea. My wife knew what it was. I'm like, what burrata salad? Cheese curds, spinach and artichoke dip, potato skins. As you see, there is a rather large amount. Jewel, real quick, give us 3 of the appetizers you would save. And I know it's not easy. This is a tough one. But you
Oh,
only
it's
get to
easy
save
for
3.
me.
Okay.
I just made these at, my local food store had a sale, but I love crab cakes. It's like my favorite food ever. So crab
Okay.
cakes is always number one. I mean, it depends on where you get it from, obviously, but yes, fresh crab cakes, spinach and artichoke dip, and nacho. It depends on sliders. It's so general, but I guess nachos.
Oh, nachos.
But
Okay.
spinach and artichoke dip, that comes with chips, so never mind. I guess quesadilla? I don't know. Something with meat.
I'll give you something with meat. Relax, boys. Quesadilla. Now, for me, and I stick to this, crab cakes and quesadilla can both be a meal, which is
Yeah.
why I kind of turn away from it for the appetizer thing, but I get it. They're all very good.
Yeah, because
we had-
you'll fill up.
We had a lot of votes and a lot of debacle, but we're going to start at the very bottom. And last, of course, is hummus. And cheese
Oh my
curds.
goodness. Hummus is good.
Cheese
not my
curds
top.
to me are the most nastiest thing ever. I find them to be disgusting. I find them to be revolting.
I eat hummus when I'm trying to be like very strict.
What's with the fried pickles? I'm a fried pickle guy. All right, so cheese curds, hummus. There's a lot of them that are actually tied, so make it a little easier. Next up was can't believe 6 people actually picked up burrata salad. What is wrong with you people?
What is
Burrata
it?
salad. It's salad with like mozzarella on it, more or less. My wife says, "Good salad with mozzarella on it."
Like caprese? Caprese? Caprese?
Kinda, yeah, kind of. Only there's more lettuce than just a tomato
No.
on a toasted roll altogether. Fried pickles, crab cakes, tater skins on a roll altogether. That's disgusting.
Ugh, good. I've
Chips
never
and
had a
guac.
fried pickle. I do like pickles. I
Ew,
don't know
they're
about fried
gross.
pickles.
Because pickles shouldn't be hot.
No.
You know what
I don't even
So-
like pickles on a burger. Like, they have to be cold on the
Right.
side, not hot on the bun.
Certain things should not be hot. Pickles, lettuce, tuna. Like people make tuna casserole.
No.
No, tuna should not be hot.
No. There's mayonnaise in it.
Right.
Dude, I have to tell you, Joey, she's like, Mom, this was like last Thursday. She's like, I really want to go to Smash Burger. I'm like, what's a Smash Burger? I'm like, well, okay, well, I'll take you tomorrow. Dude, that was like the best burger. It was big. It looked like the burger from The Menu, if you've seen that movie, but it was delicious.
Smash
But yeah,
burger
I
is
took
so
took the
good.
pickles off, and then they had the red onion. I don't like raw onions, but red onion,
Yeah,
so good.
great burger. I love me some smash burger. But yeah, I don't like hot pickles. I don't like hot tuna. There's something like when you used to go to Burger King, and sometimes they were so busy they'd microwave the Whopper,
Oh,
and the tomato and the lettuce were wilted from the microwave. No, man. No way, man.
gross.
Next up is, I can't believe it, spinach and artichoke dip. Now, I like it,
I love it.
but I wouldn't save it. I wouldn't save it in a list of like 100 things.
No, that's always like my go-to app, I will say.
Now, I will say TGI Fridays is the echelon of spinach and artichoke dip, in my opinion.
And they have
like-
good one you can buy too. It's TGI Fridays.
Yeah, right.
I
They
think so.
microwave. Yeah, we used to get that
Mhm.
one all the time as well.
Yeah.
Next up is now a little more conventional. Potato skins and quesadillas both got 10 votes. Again, for me, quesadilla, I make it more of a meal. I don't really
It
put
is
it
a
in
meal.
the appetizer thing.
Yeah.
I like that. I definitely do. That was next. And then we had a 3-way tie. Pretzel bites, sliders, and mac and cheese bites. But my buddy made a good point. Everybody makes mac and cheese bites different. I was in places that were like big triangles, like mozzarella stick. Oh, so good. Some places make this just breaded ball of mashed potatoes. Some think they roll it with their hands. So they've got to be like.
There is this food truck. I've been trying to find anyone in the, greater Philly area. If you know of the truck I'm talking about. But me and Duck had these mac and cheese balls off this food truck, and we can't find it. It was in, it was at like the Ambler, like the Main Street. And then they were in Lansdale. I cannot find this truck. I don't know the name,
Damn.
but they were like the best. I gotta find it.
I've learned to start getting business cards. I haven't eaten no food truck
Yeah.
in a little bit though. I used to get your business cards, so I remember.
I do too. I always like if I like the place.
Because there was I never get as long as I live, and I don't have a card to remember the name. The Chamonix Creek Brewing. A few years back, we went for my friend Amanda's birthday. And she's like, let's go out for my birthday. So me and my wife went. Amanda was there, a couple of our other friends. And they had a walking taco truck. And, oh, baby. When I tell you, like, phenomenal. And she's like, I never had one. Well, happy birthday. Here's your walking taco. Nice bag of Doritos, some meat, some cheese, some lettuce, some tomato. God, making myself so hungry tonight.
I know. Cassie makes great walking tacos. I'm hungry.
She-
God, we've been talking about food this whole episode.
We have. This is like the food episode. We have Barntown makes mozzarella sticks that are big as a hot dog. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I do not. That's one thing I will never get. I don't like mozzarella sticks. I think they're
Really?
gross.
Gross?
It's just
Wow.
like a lot of cheese fried. I
That's
just
a personal lot of cheese.
now like a toasted or a fried ravioli. No, that's different.
That's not bad. It was not on the list. Calamari was next. I love me a good calamari. Now, again, for me, it's got to be like a decent Italian
Good
restaurant.
place. Yeah.
A good app. Yeah.
Carmine's.
Yeah. Oh, Carmine.
But I hate Carmine's. It's delicious, but they put like the raw octopus on the plate. I'm like, get it off. Get it off. It should be fried. If it's not fried octopus, like, get it off.
Yeah, I don't want the raw stuff. No, I need me some
Someone chased me
fried
with the
bread.
little freaking
Tentacle.
squid. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, to me that's squid. That's not calamari. Big difference,
Ugh.
I guess. Next up is nachos. Why is nachos here twice? I missed something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know what I did. I typed in the wrong word. So nachos was next. I like a nacho. Like I said, depends on what's on it. I like chicken on a nacho. No offense to my sister-in-law. I saw she made chicken nachos a week ago. It's got to be beef, man. Next one says nachos. Supposed to be mozzarella sticks. Second. Jewel will be very happy to know mozzarella sticks finished second in this competition. And number one, I mean, you're not on planet Earth if you're not talking wings. Not just any wings, though. Drumstick with blue cheese. Am I right?
Not for me.
I figure you're a flat and a not blue cheese. What's the other crap? Ranch.
I don't like messy food. So I don't like it on my face, on my hands. I'm just not reaching for wings as number one.
Unless
Especially if
it's
I'm
Elvis,
out,
choose
like,
number
no, I can't, like,
Well, and here's the thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, I was the same way. When I was single, I did not like messy food, and I didn't like food that had to lean my head. Like, I didn't like eating taco or
Yeah.
burger, because you had to lean your head. You look like a moron. And then if it's messy, you're like, look at this slob eat. So a lot of
like
times...
spaghetti. Spaghetti is the
Spaghetti,
worst
no.
food ever.
So a lot of first dates stuff for me was salad or... some
Even
kind of dish.
salad. I feel like salad's tricky because, like, you always get a piece and it, like, dressing.
That's true. Salad is tricky. Like, no tacos, definitely no pasta, no cheesesteak, no burger. It really, when I'm on a first date, I just didn't eat.
Sometimes I mean, I have a tendency to pick food apart, like whatever it is, like pizza. Like I'll pick. Shut up. I'll pick pieces of the pizza off and then eat it. And people are like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm sorry. I don't want to like bite it and have like a huge.
And then,
cheese
you
thing.
want to talk about a first date? Nothing worse than that
Cut
hot
pizza.
slice of pizza and that face like that. If you
Soup
make that
dumplings
face,
too. Oh my
you're
god.
not getting laid.
Soup dumplings are so tricky because like you have to bite it and then like
Oh,
suck the
yeah.
soup out. But if you
Uh-huh.
don't, if you just eat it in one shot, and then you're like,
I eat cereal. But again, cereal's not good either because then the milk drools down your chin. And
who's
especially
eating
having a
cereal on
beer.
a date?
I'm glad I'm married. I never what kind of date you getting, my man.
Morning after.
That next just gonna say it. Earl's morning after tricks to a great breakfast. Cereal. That's funny as shit. I forget when I first went out. First day with Cassie, went to the Iron Abbey, and we picked at something. Something that was kind of conventional. But I already knew that she wanted this, so I didn't really worry about it that much. First date, I knew she wanted it, so I didn't get that. I wasn't that afraid.
What?
I mean, all else hit the buffet line. Well, sure. Like, that's a date food, like fried chicken. Okay, you eat it with your hands, but it's not going to get that messy.
Yeah.
It's chicken.
That's
not
not like a
bad.
nacho or like a quesadilla, like something I can like pick apart.
Quesadilla is a pretty good one, but they can fall apart, but also very good. Oh, man. Not if you use a funnel. You should use a funnel. Man, the audience is on fire tonight. I love it. You guys are great. Couldn't do it without you. Let's get into a couple topics. Wings was the winner, and why not? Ugh.
Wings is going to be the winner this weekend.
Wings is good. You're right. I think we should get a plate of wings for like the broadcast table too. I want to get in some wings. Not many.
Yeah,
but,
can we
you
get
know.
food? Can we get like,
Yes. I see why not.
we'll get our Curly's cheesesteak
Ooh, I'm telling you.
or a cheesesteak from. Do they?
Change
I
it
never
up.
ate there. Does Murphy's have a
There's-
kitchen?
Murphy's has a kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Now the wings are actually very good. I like the wings. I like the roast beef. You know, some people think it's salty for me, which is bad. I like it. I think it's great. Make a great roast beef. The burgers are decent. Never had a cheesesteak from there. I'm sure it's good. The food is pretty good. So we can definitely do that. Jen Himes, good evening.
Jen.
Thank you for tuning in. We love having you here. Jen actually gave us our first emoji, little heart love tonight. We
Oh.
appreciate that. Flattered. Love me some me. Let's get to some topics. First of all, another. What the heck is going on here? Oh, there we go. So rest in peace to actor Charles Kimbrough at 86 years old. He was a member of the Murphy Brown cast of characters. He played the very stoic reporter. Great character actor, 86 years old. Wow. So rest in peace to Charles. Seems like every week we have somebody to report that passes on, but our condolences and, of course, to his family. Great actor, will be missed, Charles Kimbrough at 86 years old. Jewel, you want to talk about getting old and feeling old? Our little girl's all grown up and engaged. Haley,
Aw.
Eminem's daughter, has gotten
Hey.
engaged to her longtime boyfriend. What do you think? Maybe you feel old? Think that little Haley that they used to fight over and he was in all the songs, now this grown up woman engaged and all?
I know. I think my dad's going crazy. Like, you're so old. I can't. Could you imagine, though? Because I thought about this a lot. She's been with this man for, some time.
Yeah.
Having Marshall as a father-in-law.
Jesus Christ.
That would be so scary. Like, prayers for this child.
That would be like, you gotta, and he stuck it out. Like he's been there.
But she's so cool. Like, she has her own
Evan-
podcast. It's called Just a Little Shady. And
Evan
she
McClintock. It is. I like that. Evan McClintock is his name.
that sounds like a Michigan name.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, she brings on like family members. Like, she'll bring on Eminem's half brother Nathan, and then their adopted daughter Elena. Like, she's doing her own thing. Like, she's, first of all, she's beautiful. And
Oh,
she's
yeah,
a model and does her fashion thing. But yeah, she's doing it. I mean, she's a very well-adjusted kid. He's such a good dad, Marshall.
He is.
Look
He's
at
a great
him.
dad, Marshall. I mean, the poor girl had such a rough upbringing. I guess it made her tough. But I mean, like, she was the subject of the songs a lot of times, and here she is, grown up.
But I was thinking, she put up a thing, and she's like the top 1%. And I'm gonna beat her this year, obviously, because I just got Spotify. But she was the top 1% of Eminem listeners.
Wow. Well, that's over,
Who listens to their parents that much?
right? Well, that's an oxymoron right there. A good one, but
Yeah.
wow, that's great.
But
Congratulations.
I'm gonna
to
take
her.
that title.
I know, right? It's over. Jewel finally got herself in the Spotify world. What happened with Napster? Is it done?
I got rid of it. I tried to transfer as many songs as I could, but Spotify has like much more of a selection, and I should get with the times. So
Yeah,
an
as long
iPhone
as-
is next. I
Oh,
promise.
now you're talking.
Oh.
Come to the dark side.
I'm like 86 years old, so.
Look, when you get an iPhone, you can watch yourself.
Oh. Oh. You know what used to pop up? Like, you used to see who's watching. Now you can't.
I know. Well, Facebook, you could always.
I
see
don't want to
who's
know. Okay.
Yeah,
I just don't want to know. It's okay.
watching. Yeah, don't reveal yourself. Just watch,
It's fine.
subscribe, like.
The anonymous lovers of our show.
One of us, indeed. We're bringing her to the dark side. So, congratulations to Haley Mathers. Is that what last name? She Haley Mathers?
Yeah, Haley Jade Mathers.
Haley Jane Mathers. Cute. Let's get into our favorite subjects. Prequels, sequels, the whole 9 yards. Showtime is running hog wild with new Dexter projects.
Dexter!
Starting with a prequel of Dexter, Young Dexter, and going with a Trinity Killer series, which actually follows the path of the Trinity Killer. Not known who's going to be in these projects. Nothing is announced as far as John Lithgow, etc. Lithgow came out and said that was one of his very favorite characters to play.
Wow.
So creepy. The Trinity Killer is one of the creepiest characters in TV history.
He really is. And he's like the only person, one of them, who got over on Dexter. So
Yeah.
I am here for it. I love Dexter. New Blood was excellent until
Love
like
New
the
Blood,
last
yep.
10 minutes of the final episode.
Ouch.
But it was really well written, and I love it. And it was just the creepy Dexter vibe that I miss. I've rewatched Dexter all the time too.
I
I
agree. It
love
does
Michael
have
C.
that
Hall.
great, does have that great kind of creepy element. I'm going to tell people out there that if you watch on recorded or you watch live, essentially, you've never seen Dexter, watch it. And we're not even going to mention these mind-blowing events like the end of New Blood, mind-blowing, Trinity Killer, mind-blowing. Got to see them to believe them. It's that good. If you're like, I don't know, do it. If your friend hasn't seen it, tell your friend to do it. Your family hasn't do it. Tell somebody. Watch Dexter. Now they got all these new ones coming out on Showtime. There's supposed to be possibly 3 Dexter projects. I know Young Dexter, Trinity Killer. I don't know what the other ones are going to be.
You know what's so funny? Oh, I'm trying to think. Like Deb. Deb will be the third. But
Yeah, Deb. The
you know what's
ghost
so funny?
of Deb.
When that was annoying. That was the annoying part. But
Yeah.
when Dexter first came out, I used to have the DVDs, like the box set, and I used to fall asleep, watching Dexter, and I wake up to,
Oh my God, I would die. That would scare the hell out of me.
so scary.
Oh my God, it is. Like, it's so eerie. And now you mean the ghost of Deb was very annoying?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
character, and that was.
That
But
was
you just
terrible.
gave a spoiler.
Oh, I did. Mhm.
Nothing happens. I
What
swear.
could go wrong? Nothing. Yeah, there's one spoiler. If you haven't watched Dexter,
Oops.
oopsie,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler. From sequels to prequels and all that stuff. I know what you did last summer. It's supposedly coming out with a sequel, and supposedly Jennifer Love Hewitt's on board. I love her. Freddie Prinze is on board now. I found it kind of amazing because didn't he retire from acting? Like, didn't him and Sarah Michelle Gellar like pack it up?
Well, Sarah Michelle Gellar's back. I just saw
Yeah,
her in the
she's
show.
back.
She looks great.
She does. She's so cute. I
I
love her.
I'm here for this because they were so young and like not that experienced. Like to have those 3 in a new movie now with like great writing and everything,
Yeah.
especially like how big like horrors come up with the Scream comeback and everything. I'm here for it. Bring it on.
I'm down
I
for
still know what you did that summer that I knew that you did something
it.
big.
Like, there was that summer where you did that thing,
You know
and
the
I
thing
knew it,
you did. I know.
and I
saw
knew
you.
it, and I didn't say it. It's like a movie about a husband and wife. I know what you did last summer. You like that girl's picture
What?
on Facebook.
What did I do?
You
You know what you
wonder,
did.
Yeah, you know. You did that thing. Men are so dumb, and I'm one of them. We are dumb. We're not as smart as you women actually think we are. We're really not.
We just want you to like realize what you did.
And we never will, because we're that dense. I
We
for
want
one
you
am
to be
very
mind
dense.
readers. Like, why aren't you
Exactly.
mind readers? You should know that we're thinking the way we are.
Like, my wife's like, sometimes when you air the dirty laundry, I gotta walk away. I'm not really gonna air, but there's moments where you're just not feeling right, not really feeling herself. Last couple of days she's been down and out, and I'm like, like, snap out of it. She's like, do you remember what I've been through? And I'm like, oh yeah. And then rah, 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 and then there I am, like, okay, like feeling stupid. I did a lot of dishes and a lot of laundry that day, but
I know.
she's great though. Yeah, a lot of like we have had a bear. No offense, Earl. We've had a rough last year or two. So, Grease Summer Nights with a murder plot. I like it. Or grease the poles so people don't climb up and down them with a murder plot.
A Philly murder story.
Really. Oh, speaking of 9:35, we still have an audience. I promised my good friend I would do this, and we're going to do it real quickly for the people out there, whether you watch live or on recorded. Our great friend, Mr. Mike Nappy, made a brand new Eagles song called Bird Call. And I told him I was going to play it earlier, and I didn't get to it, but I want to get to it right now because I'm going to play it.
All over Philly radio stations. Request.
It is, and
this
he's
song.
like self-promoting it too and going on the air and getting it out there. It's such a great song. Mike is such a great friend of the show and fan of the show. Me and him talk all the time. He's like, I love you, fam, for doing this. I want to play it right now because this jewel has become my new Eagles song. I'm not a big fan of Fly, Eagles, Fly. I'm going to tell you that, honestly. When they score touchdowns, I want to hear this. Mike Nappy's Bird Call. I'm going to play it for you real quick on the show. 2.5 minutes. We'll be right back. Enjoy. We'll be right back with the Yo Show. My man, Mike Nappy in the house. by Maya. Here we go.
Nappy music.
Tell them your name, Philly, 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 and what you do, when, and who you with, Philly, 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 vertical. Tell them your name, Philly, 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 and what you do, when, and who you with, Philly, 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 vertical. Bird call, we gonna win it all. Used to be the underdogs, now the mask's on at last, y'all. Do it again and make this feeling last long. As soon as the smoke clears, it's time to blast off. Eat scrapple, play scrappy, stay happy. Drive hard, can't pass me, ain't classy. Move faster, do bash teams if you trash me. I'm a product of immigration to Philly, this nappy. Tell them your name, I did it, I'm committed. Even the Bible said Philadelphia was one of the places God was sitting. We winning, Wiz Whitney, St. Nicky, we tricking. Philly special, stay lifted. Other cities are scared of us and they should be. City of brotherly love, if you ain't one of us, I would be. Keeping it to yourself if you like someone else, or you might have to be dealt with in the parking lot, cause the devil's out. Tell them your name, Philly, 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 and what you do, when, and who you with, Philly, 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 vertical. City of champions, foes brought the magic in. Jalen Hurts the second, ain't no question that we're damaging. What's happening? It ain't a party till the jazz is in. Let's keep the talk to the game. It's not about the practice here. AI can speak for the city when we show up and it's game time. Bird gang, Eagles, we stay fly, stay high. Liberty one with the same pride. If you ain't wearing green, you should have been a hate crime. I'm from the outskirts of Philly. Hey Willie, rock the beat, rock the mic all over the world, but stay Philly. It ain't how many times I get rocked or they hit me. I'm Rocky and I get back up cause I stay gritty. Squeakle, Acme, bagels, water ice. If you don't speak our language, then you won't sleep good at night. We're champions, baby. I like the sound of that. Champions, baby. I like the sound of that. Sound of that. Tell them your name, Philly, 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 and what you do, when, and who you with, Philly, 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 vertical. Tell them your name, Philly, 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 and what you do, when, and who you with, Philly, 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 vertical.
Gets me totally psyched, everybody. L-E-S, Eagles. Jules got her Eagles gear on.
Woo! This is my
Love
Super
it.
Bowl shirt.
I love it. It is
It's my cutoff.
fantastic. It is, in fact, the
Yeah.
Philly thing. www.nappymusic.com. It's Nappy, N-A-P-P-I. Check out my great friend Mike Nappy. He makes beats for some of those popular artists
Yeah.
in music. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I like it. I like that Johnny Cash shirt, too. Our little girl,
Country
Joey,
Eagles night.
rocking it tonight. It is country night. It is Eagles night. She's got her dance on. I need you to do me a favor real quick, Joey. I need you to tell the YouTube people what to do.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications and hit that like button in the face and don't break your screen. And
Go Birds.
go Birds.
It is a Philly thing. It is a greeting. Everybody says, everywhere you go, it's go Birds. And I was at the supermarket a couple days ago, and there's this woman, an older woman working the supermarket. You can tell she's having a bad day. And this lady asks for help, and she's helping. And at the end, the woman goes, go Birds. And the old lady says, yeah, whatever. I'm like, whatever?
Oh,
Like, go Birds, man. Oh, Grandma, get with it. Go Birds.
Grandma. That's what they say on the news. They're like, that's just the greeting now.
Yeah.
This entire year is Go Birds. So. Go Birds,
I get
man.
stuck in
Mike
it like that.
Nappy. How about that freaking
Oh,
song
God.
that Rocky beat? He
That
has the
song is
best
great.
beats. If you need any beats, Mike Nappy. And yeah, it's blowing up. Philly radio. Here we are. Here we are. Let's talk about our Grammy, the former Yo Show guests. Holy crap. Our girl Gail was nominated for Best Song, A, B, C, D, E, F, U. Like, started on the Yo Show.
Right?
Walter Kellerman won a Grammy, our
Right?
flautist from years back. Like, holy crap.
There's something about Yo Show that just gets the stigma, and I don't really like I don't watch award shows. They just like after a while to me they just start to run together, and I'm always like ah. But then like Jules like, how about Gail? And she's so cute, and she was so cute back then. And I actually put on my page, if you get a chance for friends of me on Facebook, go back and check that interview from eons ago on the old audio blog talk radio thing. And she was our little girl, and like we always
Well,
just say,
Miss
would you come
Taylor
back?
Vale.
And then Lewis Taylor Gale, like, would you come back with us sometime? Yeah, now we can't get her on to save our lives because, now she's big time. And Jewel, I got to tell you, no offense to Josh Server, I love him, but I begged Gail to come on for your birthday, and I ain't get a response.
Oh crap.
I know, but
I just love her. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of Mike, like doing big things.
Yeah.
I love all our past guests, and it becomes a family. And you're Philly, no matter. Yeah, you're Philly if you're on the show. I just have to say.
Exactly, and your Yo family, and like Fallon said last week, I'm not technically Philly. Technically, to me, you're goddamn Philly. Ooh,
you
I did
are.
say, Allie's right. I do say GD a lot. I always say, gotta stop saying that. I do say
Oh.
GD a lot. I didn't realize that.
Oh, I don't even notice. I try not to like say it because I say it a lot, and
Because
I
today,
was an altar server. Like I should know.
today I'm like, I don't say that, and I just caught it right there.
Damn. Yeah, it's hard when you realize. I don't know.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's
Have you
but-
seen this like, satanic shit at the Grammys?
Yeah, what was
Everyone's
that
like
all
going
about?
up and like going hard
Flames.
for Sam
Yeah.
Smith. Like
Grammys brought a lot of, we got some of them on our docket. Grammys brought a lot of hurt feelings. First, like I said, the satanic performance thing. Okay, we've seen that before.
songs
Some-
about. I love it.
Right, I mean, we've seen that kind of stuff before. The big one is Ben Affleck. This
Oh yeah.
poor fella. I mean, I know you're not a Ben guy and there's your
not.
reasons. Okay. But the guy's just sitting there like, looks like he lost his dog. Looks like she's grabbing his balls. It looks like he's having the worst. Poor guy's sitting there like, what do they want him to do? How do you want him to act? Because if he's acting
Like
too
a human,
goofy,
act like you're with freaking the hottest girl alive and you're sitting front row at the best freaking show. Did you see the hip hop thing? It was 33 goddamn artists. I'm sorry, I said GD. Oh, 33 artists. I'm sorry. It was Run DMC, LL, freaking Salt and Pepper, like all of them. Busta Rhymes. If you're not hype at least a little bit, there were so many, and there were so many. It was really a night where you could find something that you liked, and he's just sitting there like freaking. I think he's on something. I really do.
somebody put a meme of when your wife drags you to the mall and she's in the
Yeah.
she's in the dressing room.
Cause she's sitting there. Oh, it was freaking Stevie Wonder, and she's dancing. She's like, "We're no high ground," and he's just. I think
He's
he's
bad.
stoned. He
It's
was
cool
definitely
like that.
stoned.
A lot of people said he could have been on something, or
And then she's like hitting him, like, "Stop it!"
right? Like beating the crap out of him. But I always say for the hottest girl in the world, there's always some guy that's sick of her shit. Like, oh, how could Jennifer Aniston get divorced? Maybe Jennifer Aniston's horrible in bed. We don't know that.
Whoa.
What?
I just disagree. I feel like J-Lo is cool as shit. And
You would
J-Lo
think,
was trying to
right?
have fun. Like, I would see if J-Lo was like, I'm not doing anything, and I'm too cool. I'm not Jenny from the block. No, J-Lo was freaking getting into it, trying to have a good time, and he's a stuck-up prick. So he needs to just freaking have a good time.
Well,
and
I
not,
guess
like,
if she's J Lo, he's Ben Aff, like as fuck, and he's bored as fuck.
I swear to God, I think he's my number one hated celebrity. It's like
I know
Ben
you really
Affleck,
do hate
Tom
him.
Brady. Tom Brady, Ben Affleck. Like I hate them both equally.
It's pretty severe. But I'm
Because
like,
you know why? Because he blamed his bullshit, all his personal problems on Jen Gardner, who I think also is a sweet person. And I feel like J-Lo's like, J-Lo.
I was waiting
No?
for that comment to come up. It came on my phone before it came here. You go, Jules, right? I love when she gets in them rants, man. Yeah.
Don't get
I-
me on J-Lo. But Jen
was
Gardner,
never-
I feel like is like the sweetest person ever. And J-Lo is like the most coolest person ever. You're the problem, Ben. Okay? You're my problem. And all your problems stem from you
Wow.
inside.
I guess I
Don't
shouldn't
blame these
share.
women.
Guess I shouldn't share a surprise that next week on the Yo Show we had Ben Affleck scheduled. I guess we got
Right here, Ben.
to.
Give you a Philly greeting.
And he was a horrible Batman. I'm sorry.
Worst Batman. Ever.
Horrible, horrible
Worst
Batman.
Batman.
She is, dude. You gotta like hose her down tonight.
I'm sorry.
Easy.
Right.
No, I like it. I like
I
when
can't
you
be got
get
me right.
like when you get rowdy and Ben Affleck. And you think Joel's hype about Ben Affleck? We ain't done yet. Let's not forget about our man Leo, 48-year-old Leo DiCaprio, who's dating 19-year-old model Eden Pilati. And apparently it's become a trend where once you reach 25, Leo be done with you. Jewel compared it today, and
No.
she's
No.
right. She's like, it would be like me dating XXX, which it would. And just hearing that, I'm like,
The same age.
oh
Yes.
my God. Here we go. Joel, now the crowd's waiting. JD Wolf's counting you down. 1, 2, 3, go, Joel. Leo and his new
I don't know what to say.
19-year-old
don't know what
piece.
to say. I don't know what to say. It's like,
Dude, the whole crowd is waiting for you tonight.
how do you have a conversation? Like, how do you have a conversation? He doesn't have conversations. That's
You're
the
right.
problem.
He's got no conversation. You're pretty sure that those girls never really have empty mouths either. Nobody moves like J-Lo and is bad in bed.
I
I
just
think
he's cool, and
I guess
can
you
tell
gotta be right
he's
there.
cool.
Now, Jennifer Aniston, Halle Berry, they may not be good in bed, but J-Lo can't be bad. Like
Excuse-
Shakira.
Excuse me, Jen Aniston got Brad Pitt, and then Justin Theroux, who
Left.
that is my boy.
Left.
I
They all
love
leave.
him.
They leave. Halle Berry
so
got all
cool.
these hot guys, and they leave.
I
Why?
can't speak for Halle Berry, but Halle Berry's cool as shit. Did you see her on Hot Ones? She was eating those hot wings. She didn't even need a drink.
She stinks in bed, probably. I don't
But
know.
like Beyonce, Jennifer Aniston, Halle Berry, all these bitches get cheated on. Like how? I don't understand.
Because when your celebrity is that big, every single woman throws themselves at you. Let's face it, they got to figure if this
Well,
guy is
Beyonce,
if,
like I
if this
don't
guy's hot
understand.
enough for Beyonce or hot enough for Jen Aniston, etc., there's got to be something great about him. Probably isn't.
Yeah, but
I mean, look at Julia Roberts. She nailed it. You know what? I'm gonna get Lyle Lovett. Ain't nobody sleeping with that ugly bastard. You want to see how we do it? This is how you do it. You get yourself an ugly man.
oh
Ain't
man,
nobody touching Lyle.
are they? They're not still together.
No, they've been together a long time.
Oh, okay.
And not that she blows me away. I mean, Dennis has a point. J-Lo, I'm sure. Ain't no way that woman's bad in bed. Shakira, like that. I mean, come on.
Shakira cheated on.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Her hips don't lie.
Those hips do not lie.
It's
Oh, and the story, I forgot to type out a banner for the
Oh.
story, but how about my baby, Kelly Clarkson? She got
Yeah,
clobbered in that divorce settlement. Clobbered. She's got to give him like $45,000 a month in child support. She's
oh,
got to give up like all her cars, and you know, I've got that little Kelly Clarkson crush. I love her. But man, she got walloped in this divorce.
how does I mean how? I thought you didn't have to pay child support if like everyone had the equal, like you was separated equally.
Well, the thing that happens now with celebrities, I remember this going back to Federline and Britney Spears and somebody else. They make the children accustomed to this lifestyle. And the children are used to having everything this way. So this ex-husband, I don't think, can provide it. So now Kelly Clarkson has to provide it financially so they can keep up with what these kids are used to. I think it's nonsense, but that's just me.
I mean, you figure like tuition and everything, like they have to stay in the same school, and so that makes sense. I mean, it's always the one who makes more. But I thought, you shouldn't pay child support. I mean, she probably has but she has her Kelly Clarkson show. So I don't know. Maybe she is away more. You know what I mean? Maybe he has the bulk of visitation.
He's
I
got
don't know.
no show. He stinks. He's
So
got no-
messy. So messy.
We're on like tonight's like a Jewel Tatey night for some of her absolute favorite things. Tom Brady has announced he's postponing his debut with Fox. Now, he signed like a $40 million contract to be a football analyst for Fox. He's not doing it this year. He's waiting until 2024. hinting he might be coming back, hinting he just needs a year off. We think, or just it's got to count his money, and 40 million just puts him in a different tax bracket.
Oh my God, I'm
Where do
gonna
we go
be
from here?
so sick of him commenting on games. Like, could you imagine? Like Tom Brady
I don't want to hear him.
watching an Eagles game. Ugh.
No, like him and that stupid Gronk, and you know they're going to piece them
Gronk.
together. I hate Gronk, and you know they're going to put them together in a booth or something.
Not even cute.
He's not cute. And that commercial for that 80 for Brady, and the girl's like, "Oh, Gronk, you're so big." He's like, "Thank you." Like, you're a dork. Get out of here, Gronk.
He's a dork. Big
Hey,
freaking
Gronk.
dork.
Hate Gronk. Hate every Patriot from that era. But
Don't
do
take
that to
shots,
his child
brother.
more. Right, makes him a dirtbag. Right. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, the other way around with the financing and stuff like that. I kind of get it. But I mean, I don't know. For the whole alimony thing, child support thing, it blows my mind. And
Or you could just, not pay anything for years and like nothing happens to you. I know people who are going through that. Yeah, it's
yeah,
amazing.
that's even worse. Like,
Hmm.
if you can,
Nothing
Shoot.
happens. Just so you know, nothing.
yeah, if you can shoot
You
the
put
original
away
package, you
something.
should be, you know.
Get to
It-
go to Eagles games and everything. Just, live your life.
Fellas, we lit a fuse and it's
I know.
not going out.
Calm it down. Calm it down.
Calm
Friday
down,
night.
live it. Brady sucks. Brady does suck. And
Brady.
Giselle was a Leo girl until she turned 25.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
He's had them all. He really has.
He's gonna go from he's gonna go from like these 19-year-olds to like Demi Moore.
Oh Jesus! Well, that's not bad. She still rocks. HBO's super series, The Last of Us, has decided to put their. This is the season. This is the season ending episode.
No, it's
okay.
mid-season. Yeah.
Mid-season, okay.
Just
But
getting started.
they're moving it to Friday. This way, it does not clash with the Super Bowl.
It's
In my
amazing.
opinion, in my opinion, I've never really seen the show, but in my opinion, everything should stay away from Sunday. I feel bad for the shows that premiere, like they have premiere after the Super Bowl. Like,
Oh yeah. I
I'm
mean, I
calmed
guess they
down,
think like people will stick around, but The Last of Us is so good. And everyone is talking about that third episode and crying over it. So it's I really enjoy it. Hey, what's his name? Jay? Pedro?
Martinez.
Pedro Pascal.
we got a new intern tonight. We got Jay. Jay, the intern tonight, ladies.
Pedro
and gentlemen.
Pascal is so good. It's so funny because they did an SNL skit and it was The Last of Us, but it was Mario Kart, and he was Mario. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
No,
He's like,
I have not watched The Last of Us. I'm not good with TV series, and I feel so bad. The other night, so I put it on Facebook about the night I got this hat. And Cassie's like, it was for Friday night. We're doing nothing. Cassie's like, I'm going to go to Rowley House and get a hat. I'm like, not me. I don't feel like doing nothing. And she's like, oh, come on, do something with me. If not, then I'll pick a TV show and we can watch TV together. I'm like, you picking a TV show, I'd rather hang from the roof than watch TV, one of your TV shows. So I was going to Rowley House and getting a hat. But I don't get into series. I'm ruined. I'm still... A lot of states have lifestyle provision for the rich. I'm sure they do. And sure.
well,
and
California
that's-
needs it. It's like the breadwinner
Right.
has to take care of,
Right, I said they make kids
Or
accustomed
PA?
to lifestyle.
Good luck.
Right? Not kidding there. But and that's been discussed as well. The day after the Super Bowl becoming a
I have
national
off.
holiday.
I took off like months ago.
Yeah,
I'm
Jill
so
took off. But you know what though? Like,
I'm
and
ready.
like Cassie posted, she's like, I'm all for it, where they make the day after the Super Bowl a national holiday. Well, that's not fair to the people of Dallas because they'll never have the national holiday to celebrate. I
You know what's
love it.
amazing though? This is the first year they're doing this, but Joey School, along with other Philly area schools, they have a 2-hour delay on Monday. How freaking cool is that?
It's nice. It's smart.
That is amazing and good for me because I'm
Well,
gonna
we're
need
looking
it.
like by the time we're done Saturday at Murphy's, by the time we're done Sunday with the
Oh,
Super Bowl, like
I'm
Monday,
hurting.
Useless. Useless. I'm looking forward to that useless.
That'd be a good day to do our eats around the city because we're gonna need those.
Nicely done. Yeah, right. We're gonna need some
food to
all
soak it
kind of
up.
food. Tomorrow night we do the Wednesday edition. We do Yo Show Wednesday, and we are doing a very special Allie's birthday. Now, Jewel knows what these are all about. Surprise guest comes on. We make you look silly in front of the guests, and then we have a great time. So that is tomorrow night. If you want to check us out, the Yo Show Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Mystery guest. And don't mess with me and ask me who it is because it's great. She's going to love it, just like Jewel did. I take great pride in surprising the girls with some great guests. Of course, Josh Server a couple weeks ago. It's now up on YouTube. If you want to check it out and see Jewel's great reaction, because your surprise reactions are priceless. The Jamie Kennedy one was just phenomenal. Even though Jamie wasn't really fully with us that night. 300 million in that FTC. Right, exactly. He lost all that money in the crypto. A lot of these people lose money in these crypto scams. That's why I'm not a fan of that stuff. I'm so anti-electronic currency. Couldn't get the word out. But anyway, here is our lovely list of upcoming guests. Of course, Valentine's Day, we are off. I had to do the good husband thing, and so no Valentine's Day. But we've got a lot, and let's get to it. There it is. That's the wrong day. That's Wednesday's lineup. Here we go. So Valentine's Day, we're off. Come back on the 21st. So no us next Tuesday, but the 21st we are back with our great friends from Moonroof. Terrific band. They'll be here on the 21st. February 28th, and also another return, the great singer, local Lisa Orlando, will be on our program. Jewel, do you know what the #1 most watched and purchased video is right now on Amazon Prime? I'm going to tell you, it's My Big Stupid Tribute Band, which is Back in Black. And March 7th, the leader of Back in Black, AC/DC Tribute Band, Mike Mraz, will be on the program. He's going to talk to us about that movie, about the cover band. We see him live in Nashville. He's terrific. He's a super cool dude. We can't wait to have him on the program. March 7th, going to talk all about it. March 14th, one of my all-time favorites, the beautiful and talented actress, Miss Betsy Russell, actually does one of the crossovers from audio to video. We had her audio some years back. Now she'll be back on the video portion. March 21st, a beautiful country singer, Kate Boytek, who's going to be breaking some big news. She's actually breaking news like a day before she comes on the show, but she's got big news to break for us. Can't wait for that. March 28th, Hale Sagan. This time, Drew, we get both Sagan and Nick. Nick is going to join. Nick, of course, formerly of Power Man 5000. Now with Sagan's band. They've been together for years. They'll be here. Hale Sagan on the 28th of March. April 4th, supergroup Mojo Moji is back. The original founding members of Collective Soul and a touring guitarist with Scott Weiland all got together with my good friend, Mr. Brian Mark, made a great band known as Mojo Moji. And they'll be here April 4th. April 11th, just announced a great one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tuesday, April 11th, from local party scene, the Party Nerds. The founder of Philly media talent, Darnell Hicks, will be on the program. Darnell does great shorts and videos. He's hilarious. He cracks me up. Whitney Tie, yeah, we got to look into the Whitney Tie. We got a few. Beatrice Kimball came back some acts. We got to get some acts together and line more people up. We're packed between Tuesday and Wednesday for the next 9 weeks, as you've seen. So just some great stuff. We're going to be working more in. We're loaded up with great stuff. And like I said, don't forget, tomorrow night we surprise Allie with a tremendous little birthday gift. And that's it. Jewel,
I'm so excited to see you tomorrow.
this
Allie,
is
be
it.
surprised.
Tomorrow's going to be great. I love it. This person was, again, just like Josh, very quick with it. And yep, sure, yeah, I'll do it. Sounds great. Can't wait for the surprise, etc., etc., etc. The boss girl's in the house. JD, I appreciate you coming out. It's going to be a great one tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Don't forget, one more time for you watching out there, this Saturday night, doors are going to open, well, party's going to start around 7:30. Doors are obviously open all day. It's Murphy's Beef and Ale. The Yo Show will be there. Wing eating competition. $500 to the winner. The Yo Show is going to have their own eater. Tecmo Super Bowl contest goes on. Some Yo Show t-shirts. It's going to be a great time. Jewel's got her Eagles shirt on. Don't forget, this is the last time that me and Jewel will see you together before Sunday. So go Eagles. Let's get this goddamn Super Bowl. Let's get it. Next Tuesday is Valentine's Day, so we won't be able to talk about it. But I want to come back in 2 weeks and rant and rave about my Eagles winning the
Yes.
Super Bowl. Drew, you got a score in mind?
This is tough. I'm gonna say 27-14.
Wow, 27-14. And the funny thing, I keep saying, a lot of people are projecting a low score for Kansas City. They're pretty high power
know.
offense.
But
I think it's going to be.
stuff them, and we're gonna bag them, and we're gonna stop them.
I like it. I've got, man, I want to go 28-24. A little bit of a nail biter. It's going to come down to the end. I think my man Jalen leads a nice, late fourth quarter drive. And the Eagles get that big touchdown and make a little stop on the last drive. And the Eagles be Super Bowl champions again. I'm not going to be at the parade I did the last time. I was frozen. Took us off, and it's just so crowded. This one's going to be worse, probably, because a lot of people didn't make it to the last one. But then again, Jewel wants to go, so if Jewel makes her way there, I might make my way there.
I do. I have to call my cousin because he lives downtown and he has one of those rooftop decks. So
Yeah, my
I'll be
buddy,
calling you, cuz.
my buddy Christian does the Airbnbs, and I'm like, dude, he's like, are you kidding me? People 5 months ago reserved them. You think we're going to get it now? They're reserved. I'm like, God damn it.
You
That
should
would've been great.
unreserve it, and then he'll get $1 million.
Right, that was Cassie's idea. See, we should get everybody together, get the girls, and we'll get some friends, and we'll all go down to the Airbnb, and we'll spend the night.
I
We'll
love
go get
it.
breakfast. We've got that. Sound like a great idea, but of course I'm late on that. But anyway, go Eagles. We will see you in 2 weeks. Remember, we do apologize. Valentine's Day. Got to be a good husband. I hate taking Tuesdays off. It's like my favorite night of the week. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I love the show, love the program, love Jewel Tati and the whole 9 yards. But take a week off from us, and then we'll come back in 2 weeks on the 21st with Moonroof.
Moonroof.
We love Moonroof. It's gonna be great. I think we're just
LA.
getting Billy. I think we're just getting Dave. I don't think we're getting the whole band.
Okay.
Because it'd be tough to get the whole band, but Dave's there and they got some new tunes to talk about, some new stuff.
We're here
I think they
for
got
it.
a new one
We're
coming
here
out.
for you.
We're definitely
Every
here.
Tuesday, except next Tuesday.
And don't forget to absolutely don't forget to like us and follow us and subscribe to us. Subscribe on YouTube. All you gotta do now is search the Yo Show and it pops right up. Twitch is the Yo Show and Facebook is the Stoop Radio Network. Like us, subscribe to us, follow us, watch this, etc. She is Evanescence. That's true. It's Amy Lee.
He's called me Amy Lee. Stop it.
Yes.
You know, I had a self tanner on. I was a little, tan, but no, I still look like.
You still have the Amy Lee thing. It's all good.
Mm.
We're going to take you out with our good friends from St. Ricketts. But fire cannot burn at www.stricketts.com. Like I said, we intro with smaller portion of the show. We exit with the whole song because it's kind of like our fade out. And a big thank you to everybody who tuned in. Jen Himes, thanks for the heart emoji. We're going to see a majority of you Saturday. Make sure you come up and say hello, take a picture, get your autographs. The Yo Show in the house. We'll see you then. The Amy Lee of podcasts.
Good Lord.
It's going to be her new nickname. Give me my St. Records and get me the heck out of here. Let's turn that volume up. Good night, everybody. We'll see you
Night.
next week. Ha!
Go back to-
Go Birds.
Was it truly blessed? The taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly to reach new heights.